it's me, mayohosko, coming to you at 60 frames per second in 4K resolution. No sugar, no filler, just real whole egg, and welcome to my channel. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. It is very important that you subscribe to the mayohosko channel because you can help mayohosko on the journey to interact with as many different people from the LEGO Online YouTube community as possible. I love this community and I love everyone watching this video. I go live every Friday night in North America at 9 PM Eastern. And I will always go that time because that's where I know the eyeballs are. So I thank you for watching. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, my Facebook fan club, Discord, and Pinterest using links in the description, or go to my website, mayohosko.weebly.com, for all of my links and other external information. You can also choose to invest in the mayohosko channel using the Patreon and Rakuten links in the description. I'm glad that you have chosen to watch the mayohosko channel. You have made a wise choice. I hope that you will come back again, and I hope to see your name in the comments in the future. Thank you for watching. So we are back with Ninjago Month Part 2. And we've got Titanium J in the studio right now, and we had two other people interested in talking about Ninjago with us in the lead up to here. So we may or may not have those people on today. But how's your week gone, Jay?
It's been going good. How's yours been?
Mine has been swamped with homework. I got done doing a 10-page logbook about work placement this week, and I am exhausted. And now I have to write a report about that.
Ooh. Yeah,
all because my university didn't tell me, well, you know, after work placement, you have to do this and you have to do that. And here we are 3 months later. I'm fucked.
Yeah, I finally finished going through the garage in my house. I found a lot of things in there, including this. I found a Radio Shack RC car from 2005.
Radio Shack has good stuff.
Yeah. The box isn't sealed, but the car is still attached to all the packaging inside. So.
And since this is a mayohosko live stream, we like to let Titanium J have as many lines as he wants.
Unlimited lines.
I forgot what my. I'll worry about that later. Okay. Oopsie, no, we want to put that on. So I'm gonna build some mechs because
I'm gonna take apart a mech. Actually, I took apart a mech earlier, and I'm gonna be taking apart this one now, the Firestone mech. It's a decent mech, but not my favorite, and not the most accurate to the show either.
Yeah. So let me I should have done this. I can't wait for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I just cannot wait for the Super Bowl. And also, Johnny was asking about Dude Jude. So you know what that means. Thank you for saying hello to Dude Jude 20 in mayohosko's comments. I just wanted to say that wherever he is, Dude Jude 20 says hi. There, you have an answer. Hello. And we also have Eggplant Head. Hello.
I will say though, this is that is a nice print up here at the top.
Is that a
It's like one of those shoulder pads, I guess.
from the creature character building system.
It might be, yeah. I know it was on a couple of those Star Wars construction
as
figures.
like a shoulder, a pauldron.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's go down here to put the music on. There we go. Okay, so before I build these mechs today, actually, I'm gonna wait until there's a little bit more people in the chat before I talk about these collectible minifigs, because I did get my shipment of Series 24 in.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I'll just wait until there's more people. We're just gonna wait for the people to get here. I don't know why, but this winter, I think a lot more people are tired on a Friday night. Maybe because they can't stand the cold, and they're going to bed because of the cold.
This thing has hidden weapons in the shoulder pads as well. It's actually a better mech than I give it credit for. I just found it strange because it was for 2 ninja. But yeah.
So what I'll do is, until we do get more people up in here, I'll slide. Actually, no. Where was it? Maybe some of these aren't. Some of these are the Marvel and Star Wars figs. I'm gonna sell. Oh, crap. Where did I put it? Yeah, here we go. Silly things. Fit in there, come on. Fit in there, you. I'll talk about that shit later. And now let's put this in so we can create some more room on the table. I hate the way these cases are because there's these awkward little holes in them.
Yeah.
What was so terrible about the way an online retailer shipped this to me is they used the bottom of the box, the bottom of the case, as the bottom of the box. Like, how stupid? How stupid is that?
It's like when a few people will like ship a Lego set to you, but use the actual Lego box as the box.
Yeah, then they'll just put a shipping label on it, and then like Amazon sometimes just puts a boxed set into a
bag,
and then call it a day. Like, come on, people! It's so frustrating. Yeah. Yeah. Fucking hell, that was hard to open. Okay. So for those who didn't watch part 1, let me move this out of the way. We built the Keeper's Village, which I bought because it's a really nice set. And I bought this with the Jungle Raider. You can see the suspension action right there. To get this poly bag as a gift with purchase. and that wasn't quite the money I needed, so I also bought this, and this and the poly bag we're going to be building today, because I'm going to crap on the amount of mechs that Ninjago makes. Now, Ninjago was not the first thing to make mechs, because I believe that was Exoforce.
Yeah, I think so too.
I believe was the first one.
Yeah.
Exoforce, and if anyone remembers Exoforce, that was very anime style. I think there was I think there was a manga art series that Lego commissioned or something. Because if you ever look at the instructions for the Exo4 sets, you see comics on the back. So, yeah. Those original mechs were very flimsy, but they had knee joints.
Yeah. And only recently have knee joints made a return into mechs, and it's not every mech.
No, because you get some mechs that use, in my opinion, the oversimplified Evo system that don't have that don't have knees, and it was like it took 10 years for Lego to realize, well, we stopped doing these Exo4 sets last decade. Why haven't we thought to make more mechs with knees in them? And now we're starting to get knees, but it's still too little too late, and we have Mark up in here. Hope everyone is having a good Friday, and says I missed the first Ninjago ep, but glad to catch this one. And speaking of a Ninjago, Mark, I know that you did a city update in the last fortnight, and you were briefly talking about a Kowloon. So if you want to talk a little bit about your Kowloon stuff, just let me know in the chat, and then I'll send you an invite.
Can I just say I'm so happy to finally hear someone use the term Fortnite and actually say it as the original meaning of the word and not the video game.
Yeah. I don't like the game Fortnite.
Oh, neither do I.
I think it's an oversimplified, childish version of PUBG.
Yeah, I've never played Fortnite, but I don't think I ever will. I don't think I want to.
I used to watch people play Fortnite, and I was like, no, this is not for me. This is not for me. And also, for those who have never watched any of the Makro Bricks Saturday shenanigans or some of his city updates, you might remember that it was the Ninjago City modular that helped Mark get himself back into Lego on a fully fledged basis.
Yeah, I feel like I found Makro through his city updates.
I remember Makro Bricks from the comments of the old AP stream. That's the same place I remember finding Johnny G and Miss Amby, and that was 7 years ago now. That was 7 years ago. Mark says, I like some of the older display sets and land builds. Got too far into vehicles and mechs. We want more sets like the Ninjago City of Sticks and the Temple of Air Jitsu.
I agree.
Exactly. I'm sick of all these vehicles. I'm sick of all these mechs. Bring on more temples, monasteries, and dojos. And there's Dusty. Hey, Dusty.
Yeah.
So now that Dusty and Mark are here, we've got to play two specific things. This one's for Dusty.
Greetings, citizens of the world. This is Anonymous. We apologize for interrupting your normal stream. We must warn you Dusty Bricks will be uploading content on his YouTube channel in the near future. Take this chance to prepare by stocking your house full of toilet roll. We repeat, Dusty Bricks' YouTube channel will be uploading content not suitable or interesting for most people. You have been warned. We are anonymous. We do not forgive. We do not forget. We are Legion.
And we have a Beetlejuice up in the chat. Hey, Beetlejuice. Yeah, that's another good one, Lego Castles. And for those who watched, if you want to send it, sorry. And Dusty, if you want to send me an MP4 file of your new video, if it's under 60 seconds, send it to send it as an MP file to my email. Send it as an MP4 file to my email, and I can get that hooked up into StreamYard. Yeah, and I was gonna say with Beetlejuice's comment, if anyone caught my Instagram live about 1.5 hours ago, nearly 2 hours ago now, you guys will remember that I took off one of my 2 90th anniversary castles off the table. And we got Jacob Nearly. Hey, Jacob says, sorry I'm late. I was browsing on the web looking at stuff. I want to buy because I hate myself and want what I can't have. I'm in the same boat. There are things that I want to buy, but I need to get more money on my debit card, so that's why I'm on a strike this month. And we have Aaron. Hey, Aaron. Says, you done yet? And done with what? Not exactly sure, but I'm not sure what I'm done with. All I know is that today we're going to be building mechs, and I'm going to be trashing on these. I'm going to be trashing on these mechs because Titanium J only buys the cool mechs. I buy all the mechs. Pretty much. I buy whatever is gifted to me, but I said that you buy the cool mechs because you've got the expensive ones, like that one that you're taking apart.
Yeah, I think I've got pretty much all the mechs. Maybe a couple of. I think the fire mech from the Ninjago movie is the only big exception.
Yeah, and I don't think I have a stinger for hauling and bowling. Let me scroll up and down and see if I have a stinger. I thought I had a stinger for hauling and bowling. Let me search this. I thought I had a stinger for hauling and bowling because they are worthy of a stinger. If you guys aren't subscribed to the Hauling and Bowling channel, definitely go and do so. By far the most consistent Lego podcast ever, really. And I don't know why, but right now Friday nights are really quiet. Where are we? Not seeing anything for. I guess I don't have anything for hauling and bowling. I've got to get that sorted out. I've got to find a stinger. Yeah. Yeah, I just need more money too, Jacob.
Actually, the fact that the theme this week is mechs is actually very appropriate because Mayo, I don't know if you show leaks on here. This is less of a leak. It was more of a reveal than anything because it was posted by some official Lego something somewhere. But it's a picture of a Ninjago mech coming in the summer.
Does it have any of the confidential watermarks on it?
Nope.
Well, okay.
All right.
Well, you might. You probably already know what website that's on. Because it doesn't surprise me that they'd be coming out with a new mech.
Yeah. No, it's two mechs. So it's got one of those core sized mechs, like the same size as that Zane mech roughly, in yellow. And then it has a bigger mech for Lloyd. And this isn't confirmed because there's only one picture, but it looks, I think that the two mechs can attach to each other. So like the yellow mech can attach to the front of the Lloyd mech. That's what I'm thinking, because there's this ugly blue Technic pin that's sticking out of the front of Lloyd's mech. So
I don't know why they can't just make new colors of that 1.5 length pin, so that they can have other colors besides blue, so that it doesn't stick out like I saw in so many builds.
yeah, even just tan, but the tan one is I think it's looser. It doesn't have friction in it.
Exactly, Dusty. Also, I just wanted to let everyone know that I'm sick of misreading the lowercase spelling of Lan as Ian. So if I'm asking just a small favor, if people could capitalize Lan, uppercase LAN, or capital L lowercase an, so that the L doesn't look like an I, just to be a little bit easier on my eyes.
At least capitalize the L.
Yeah, at least capitalize the L, because like practically everyone and their grandmother talks about LAN, and every time I see LAN in a comment, people don't at least capitalize the L, and my brain just wants to see it as Ian. I'm like, who is this Ian they're talking about? No, they're talking about LAN. And before I even knew what the hell LAN was, I would see all these comments. I'm like, who is this Ian they're talking about? It's kind of like when Buttchop 2021 and his live stream crew pronounce meme as memeing because it felt like memeing. I was like, before I knew what LAN was, who is this Ian? And anyway, it's just really confusing. It's kind of like how when you handwrite the number 11 and you don't bother to put the little diagonal kink and then the base at the bottom. If you just do it as 2 sticks, then it kind of looks like the Roman numerals for 2. If anyone follows No Context Buits on Twitter, you'll understand that reference. So yeah. or best yet, we can turn spelling LAN as Ian into
a meme. So you guys have a choice: either at least capitalize the L in LAN, or instead of spelling LAN as LAN, intentionally spell LAN as IAN to make LAN is Ian a meme or something. Exactly, Roman numerals for the win. Because I grew up with an analog clock. I didn't personally use an analog clock until I got my first, until I first started using our old Dell computer that had Windows XP on it. And I didn't know that digital clocks existed until I saw my dad's alarm clock radio when I was like 4 years old. I didn't start using computers until mid 2005, which is also when I started collecting Lego. Interesting story. And IVN, I don't know what the N in Roman numerals is, but the I before the V is for. That's why Super Bowl 57, of which is going to be played in Arizona against my Philadelphia Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs, which there's a lot of people in the Lego community who support the Kansas City Chiefs. And I'm surprised the amount of people in the community who support the Eagles, or at least have ties to the Philadelphia area. So I'll be watching the Super Bowl, and I will be going wild and crazy if we win it. I briefly saw that we got up to a double digits, so let's get back up to double digits, everyone. Anyway, that's enough bloviating. I'm going to try build this little poly bag, and when we get back up to double digits, hopefully that'll be after I'm done with this poly bag. I'll talk about my CMFs trade. But to continue the Ninjago narrative, we are going to take a brief look at the pictures for the new wait, are there official pictures for the Ninjago City markets, or are they still confidential?
Those are still confidential. I haven't seen any pictures about that. There's just
they're still
a leak. It's just a text leak.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to be building this first of all, but let me just do some Forge of Empires. Because I know that you've seen the pictures. I only had a brief look at the pictures when I was scrolling through the leaks that got eventually taken down by Lego on Instagram. It definitely reminds me more of the Ninjago City docks than the city or the garden.
Was there a text leak or like a picture leak for the markets?
I thought I did see somewhere.
I never saw one, but
of course, Falcon Fan knows better than to actually put up the confidential images, and I don't follow any of the other leakers. I don't even follow every leaker because I'm just not that crazy about leaks. Yeah, so I am exhausted. I hate this. All this work. Graduating is tough.
yeah, no kidding.
And I'm being held back because of miscommunications. I should have done all of this stuff three months ago, but due to poor communications, I'm doing it in February instead. And all of those scripts that I promised people I'm going to start writing, now have to be put on the back burner while I finish up all this university stuff.
Yep, school comes first.
Exactly, because I know that you went through the same ringer as I did last
Yeah.
year. So I'm not sure if people know this, but part 4 of Ninjago Month is going to be a sorting party because it's at the end of the season. So I'm guessing that Titanium J will have more sets that he needs to pull apart. And
Yeah, there's sets that need to go into the parts collection, so I might do some of that.
Yeah. Exactly.
But I probably won't talk as much because I'll be on mute because it's noisy. I might do like sort, then pause and talk, and then go back to sorting and just go back and forth.
Yeah, because the beauty about a sorting stream is it's half and half conversation and ASMR. So if anyone does want to register a time slot, I will be eventually doing an Instagram post. I'll probably attach it to my post at midnight tonight, a link for people to go and sign up, and that'll be also on my that same post will be on my Twitter and Facebook. So for Instagram users, I'll put it up in my story. And if anyone misses that story or isn't following me on Twitter or isn't one of my friends on Facebook, then just request me to send you the link for the sign up sheet, and I'll send it to you. I had to do an overhaul of that because I realized that I hadn't ticked the ability for anyone who has the link to be able to edit. So I fixed that. So now anyone who has access to the link now has editorial rights. I don't know why that wasn't the case earlier, but I fixed it so that now people can edit that without having to get me to do it for them. Because I know I've still got some pieces that need to be sorted, and they're in one of the what are they? They're in one of the classic boxes that is shaped like a 2x4 brick.
Yeah, I got a box of stuff that needs to get parted down.
Because I'm guessing you have a whole bunch of assembled minifigures that aren't on display, that their accessories need to go other places.
Yeah, I've got those I need to sort as well. There's so much I need to sort.
Sorting is a necessary evil.
Yeah.
We all hate it, but we've all got to do it. So anyone that has any Lego that needs sorting, or if anyone has any Lego sets that needs disassembling, then I'm your guy. I'm your guy. I think there's more fights in about 3 minutes. Yeah, in 2 minutes' time. So we'll see if Dead Bricks and Contra and Stud get up in here. Because Contra said that he fixed his computer, which is a good thing. Actually, I need to run over there and get my scissors to open this poly bag. And I am going to have to refresh myself exactly what the confidential images are of the Ninjago city markets, because I do want to talk about that. a little bit more
Yeah.
if I can find them. Just hope that they haven't been taken down everywhere, because you know someone always finds a way to skirt around all of that stuff.
Yeah, I've yet to see anything about that, and I follow a decent number of Ninjago people, so I would have thought that at least one of them would have posted about it. But who knows? Yeah. But we did get that mech leak earlier.
And we got
today.
Stud Sidious. Hey Stud,
What's up?
Obsidious.
how's your week gone?
Good, busy but good. I hope that your Eagles smash Kansas City. I'm praying for your Eagles, buddy. I don't normally do that. But,
Yep, spoken like a Raiders fan, AFC West rivals.
as McNuggets, I like to call him, or Ronald McDonald destroys my team. I want them. I want you guys to smash on Kansas City. I want you guys to fly. Your offense to fly. Eagles fly and just crap all over them.
Yeah, well, interesting superstition. No quarterback who has won the MVP has won the Super Bowl in the same season as since Kurt Warner, all the way back with the greatest show on turf.
It's funny, Mayo, because all these Kansas City fans talk all this crap to Raiders fans, but they still don't have that many rings. And I tell them, I'm like, it's pathetic for you guys to talk all this crap, and it's taking you this long to try to get as many Super Bowls as the Raiders. Like you say,
because the Raiders have 3 and the Chiefs have 2.
they were lucky to get the second one. So I don't want to jinx it because I want you guys to beat them so badly. I do not want them to get the third ring, but it's just funny.
I already feel that the superstition is on our side now because Patrick Mahomes won the MVP and Jalen Hurts didn't. Because if anyone remembers, in the 2015-2016 season, Cam Newton won the league MVP, and then my Broncos won the Super Bowl.
I think your offense can destroy them. I really do. So I hope they do. But let's talk Lego.
Yeah. So the reason why I was happy to get Stud Sidious on here is because I think it's fair to say you're an unknown. Not an unknown, a little known Ninjago fan. I think is the right way to put it. Because it's not your favorite thing in the world, but you do have quite a surprising amount of stuff to talk about with that.
Yeah, I love Ninja. I love the parts. TJ knows that. I make fun of it all the time, but it's just as a fan. Like I'm just joking around. I love the parts. I love the sets, and I usually prefer them actually over Star Wars sets because they come with unique parts, and Lego always does a great job with the villains in their own personal IPs, and I appreciate that. I love it. I love
Sidious. I meant to ask you actually. I feel like I set this aside for you at some point.
Oh yeah, you did actually.
Yeah.
Dude, I need to get that. I love that helmet.
If you're coming to Chicago, I'll just hold on to it until then.
I think I am. I want to. I just got to make sure that everything works out, like timing wise. But I should be coming to Chicago.
All right. And I'll hold on to it.
What year?
I got a lot of unique Ninjago elements, or at least a decent amount. So,
what year was that? Was that from that villain?
2015, and then it showed up again in 2016.
They didn't put him in the whole crystallized when they brought everything back.
Because in 2015, in the season he was in, Master Chen, he died. He got cursed. So he didn't return, but then in Day of the Departed, the special, he came back and possessed his statue in the museum, and as such was in a set.
I've seen the early on TV series, but I haven't seen the latest ones. That's the one thing.
Chen,
I follow the sets, but I don't really follow the show that much.
Yeah, Chen was season 4, Tournament of Elements.
See what
But
I'm
now-
saying? That starter has a surprisingly amount of stuff to talk about. Ninjago. There you go. Let's see
Now I'm
what's
getting my
going on.
nephew into it because my sister named him Kai. I've told you guys this. Like
Yeah.
my sister lives in Hawaii. She named him that because it's an Hawaiian culture kind of thing. But I'm gonna bombard him with Ninjago Red Ninja figures. Okay, the kid's named Kai. I told her, I'm gonna give your kid a lot of Ninjago Lego, just so you know.
Well, there's no shortage of Kais out there.
Yeah, I mean, I have a ton of them, and I don't buy them religiously. It's just the sets. They always come with him.
Kai and Lloyd are the popular ones. So, like, most of the time when there's action toys, at least Kai and Lloyd get them. At least one of them will get a toy, usually both. And then they stick them in a lot of sets as well.
I will address your DM, Jacob. Since this is Ninjago month, we're only talking about Ninjago on the panel. So if you want to talk about Ninjago with us, just let me know, because we're trying to restrict the conversation to Ninjago. And I think there's been some comments that have gone by that
what's with this new, speaking of Lego like IPs, what's with the new Dreams IP? What's that about? I haven't seen much about it. Like I don't know much about it. But
I
don't know much about Dreams either, but the best description I've heard is people saying it's kind of trying to be like a modernized version of Time Cruisers, which would make Eggplant Head really happy. But I do wanted to say that we have Red Coat Kyle up in here. We have Regular Harping also in here. Regular Brick Studios, I believe they're the same. And Country Bricks Build Craze, you have an invitation to come on, because you said that you got your camera fixed. Because for those who don't know, Shane has a lot of Ninjago stuff in his city. Yeah, I'll flick you that invite then. And yeah, so let me solicit that.
If
Shane, check your DMs.
If Dreams is a modernized version of Time Cruisers, that'd be great, but it would make my wallet in trouble.
I'm just curious because they always, like I said, the non-IP Lego stuff always has very cool characters, in my opinion.
Yeah,
because they go all out with the molded parts because they don't have to pay IP licenses. There's always cool stuff.
My wallet is already in trouble with this modular rumor.
Dude, TJ, when you have time, you have to watch Lord of the Rings, bro. You will
I know.
You will like it.
I've been meaning to get around to it.
It's
Same
long.
with Indiana Jones.
It's long, so it's very, especially if you watch the extended cuts. So it's going to take a while, but when you do have time, trust me, you will not be disappointed. You will like it.
Yeah, and with because there's a bunch of Star Wars content I'm interested in, so I might just wait on Lord of the Rings a little while. But
that's fine. Just at some point, you should definitely watch it. I really think you're going to like it. I mean, we got new Mando coming up soon.
Yeah. And then Bad Batch is going on.
Why did they release 2 episodes last week? I was wondering
because
that.
Those 2 episodes kind of went together.
Oh, that's why they did it. Yeah, I mean, they look, when I watched it, they seem like they went together.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you watched them.
Yeah, no, I watched it. I just was curious. I'm like, are they doing this because sometimes they only do that in the beginning of the season and the end. So I'm like, are they ending the season already?
I guess it's kind of the mid-season stuff. because those 2 episodes were such a big thing. I don't want to spoil it for anybody out there.
It was funny because you could totally tell that the voice actress that did who does Omega, she did the senator that was in the second one of the episodes. I could blatantly, I'm like, oh, 2 Kiwi actresses, that's the same woman. Like, she had that distinct Kiwi voice.
Yeah, I don't know if she was the voice actress for the senator before this, because that senator appeared in the Clone Wars as well.
Yeah, but it was definitely the same. She sounded exactly like Omega. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. To me, it sounded like it was the same voice actress.
Saving budget on the voice actors by just casting only like 3 people.
Oh yeah, definitely. They were good episodes though. They definitely was good.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed, and I need the soundtrack for a certain scene.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was funny that the scene, the episode before that, everyone was like, "Oh, they stole that character from looks like the long neck from Horizons or whatever, the video game." And I was like,
Yeah.
"No, that's been in the comics for a while. That giant mech or whatever it was. So that definitely wasn't stolen from anywhere. It was just kind of ironic that it looked similar."
yeah. I keep seeing videos recommended to me, like say, like this thing is actually really important, but I haven't actually watched any of those videos.
Yeah, it was from it's. I don't know if it. Well, now it's canon because they put it in Bad Batch, but before that, it was in stuff that was in the Legend stuff that got decanonized. So you can sort of keep up with Star Wars with that stuff, but I guess it's back now.
And we have Duju20.
What's up,
Dude,
Jude?
Duju, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let it into your heart, and you can start to make it better.
Do you have the Yellow Submarine set, Mail?
No, but I do have a story about the Yellow Submarine. So before my friend Captain Matt was liquidating a lot of his assets to pay for child support, he found someone who didn't know what they were selling, the Yellow Submarine on Facebook Marketplace. So he was able to score a new in the box Yellow Submarine for about only 30 Australian dollars, which is, I think right now is about $22.50 American. Because the guy didn't know what he was selling, and that set, I believe, sells for over 200 now.
It's probably up there. I mean, it's an old set. He should have just gave with child support. He should have just said, "Here," instead of paying cash. He should have been like, "Here, give all this Lego to my kid."
Well, the main reason I'm low on money is because I bought majority of his Ninjago collection because I was very hesitant to do so, but I wanted to help out my friend.
Yeah, no,
and that's what friends do. And besides, he gave me a good price because he was trying to get rid of stuff, and he didn't want to go to a pawn shop.
Sounds like you got a good deal.
Yeah, because I got the Ninjago City Gardens, of which we'll be building at 700 subscribers, and the Boulder Blaster, and a whole bunch of the mechs.
So when does this new
for only $515 Australian?
When does this new Ninjago, the big Ninjago set come out, like Garden?
The markets? I think the rumor is June. Could be sooner, could be later.
That should be pretty cool.
Yeah.
June sounds about right because that's the first month of the season.
Do you guys know part of it? Like what it's going to be?
I think it was like 6,100 was what it said.
Whoa. Yeah, that's big. That's like the Lord of the Rings set.
That is the biggest, or it's the Ninjago modular with the biggest piece count, and
Yeah,
it is the same, roughly the same as Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
But unlike Lord of the Rings, it's $370.
Yeah, that's a cool thing. Like, well, because it's not a licensed IP.
So
Yeah.
is that the same? Is that the same price as the Ninjago City got? As the Ninjago
It's-
City, or is it slightly more?
A little bit more.
Ninjago City was 300, Docks was 230, Gardens was 300, but went up to 350 with the price increase.
Oh, okay.
And so this new one is 370.
Yeah, because I knew they were all expensive. I just couldn't quite remember the prices. So
Yeah.
it makes sense that if it's the biggest one, that it's the most expensive price.
It's definitely
Yeah.
going to be a girthy set. That thing's going to be just like the other ones. It's going to be girthy, like really, like bang for your buck. I think. Like,
Yeah, definitely gonna be
Hey Nate.
48. I'm sure it's gonna be at least 48 by 32 in terms of base plate size. Maybe it'll be detachable like the Gardens was. Maybe it
Well,
won't be detachable like the Docks was.
they go vertical though with those sets too, which is cool. Like, they
Yeah.
go pretty cool. So
I'm expecting it to be Docks layout with Gardens height. So really big.
it definitely, yeah. That sounds interesting. That's it. Those are always great builds too. Both those sets, the previous big ones for Ninjago were
Yeah.
really, I mean,
The,
people really love those things.
The city and the Docks are already expensive on the aftermarket. They're very expensive. They're like, I know the city is like double the price. I think the Docks is closer, somewhere in between double and triple the price, because that one wasn't out for as long.
And also less people bought it, which means there's less of them
Yeah.
on the aftermarket. See, that's what people don't understand about Lego investors. The more people that choose to buy duplicates of expensive sets to sell in the future, the less money they're going to get for them, because more people got the same idea to buy them. Because it's the supply and demand.
Oh, definitely. I'm just not a big fan of the scalpers in the community, but that's a whole different kind of subject. But
Yeah, that's a whole different conversation. You
Yeah.
know, that's a conversation for the sorting party.
I love the people who invest. More power to you. It's a smart investment. You know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, just like in the stock market. But the scalpers that like dominate stuff, that really aggravates me.
Now, the difference between the scalpers and the investors, the scalpers are the ones who buy up as many Lego sets as possible with the unconscious intention of colluding the market so that it sells out on Lego.com. And when people know, oh, it's new release day, then they go to look on Lego.com. Oh, it's on back order. Oh, it's sold out. But they didn't search on Lego.com. They just searched in Google. And so you get all these listings on eBay for those sets. And they don't even have it in their possession yet.
Yeah, they pre-order.
Yeah.
But they've already listed it on eBay for 1.5 times the price, and I believe that is against the eBay terms of service.
It was weird. Yeah,
So
I don't know if
eBay has turned. So like even eBay has turned a blind eye to the scalpers.
it's
And
messed
like,
up.
and like that's just not cool. If it'd be like if someone bought it'd be like if someone bought 5 tickets to the Super Bowl and then they scalped them for $10,000 each.
Yeah, which a lot of people do, which is unfortunate. But
Like tickets for the Super Bowl is one of the most scalped items in the world.
oh, definitely. But I just find it funny that eBay used to have rules against that, and they must have changed because now you see so much pre-order on eBay. if you have to read, you really have to read when you go to an eBay listing. You have to read the details carefully because there's a lot of people that do that, and there's a lot of people selling things that are Lego compatible that they word it so much that people fall for it and think it's a real Lego set, and it's not. It's like a knockoff. So eBay has gotten kind of loose with that stuff, which is upsetting.
Yeah, and like my other pet peeve is the amount of bootlegs that are on eBay, and Lego Ninjago is highly susceptible to bootlegs on eBay.
That's strange. I figured the IPs would be more susceptible to that, but
Yeah, there's
But I know that Ninjago and Star Wars are the big tickets for the bootleg sellers on eBay. I'm sure Jay knows more about those bootlegs
yeah.
than what I do.
I've seen a decent number of Ninjago bootlegs in my time. I even got a few bootleg pieces from that package of fig parts that Larry sent me. But there are a few out there that I wish I had gotten. Like they did this Digi Zane bootleg because Lego didn't do an official one.
yeah.
And I wish I had gotten that just for the armor and the mask. Because there was a custom printed one going around a while back. And then just put the bootleg armor and mask on, and would have been
Speaking
the
of
closest
masks.
to a Digizane that we got.
Speaking of masks, I need, and I told Jay, you know, that I'm a fan of the Oni mask. I want to get some of the Oni masks.
Yeah.
I need those Oni masks, and the older ones get expensive. But, well, not too expensive, but expensive
Yeah,
enough.
I'll have to look. I probably have extras of them.
They did what, a couple of new ones for the Crystal series, didn't they?
Yeah, they did a Lloyd one and a Garmadon one. And then the Overlord doesn't have an Oni mask, but he has it's not the same mold, but it can fit in a similar way.
Oh yeah, that's a newer one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what are those horns? Dude? Those horns are rad. Are they molded in there? Or those for the
No, those are separate pieces. And then that was from the 2-armed version. The 4-armed one has some larger horns.
So I'm not sure if anyone realized, but Jacob is here. How's your week gone, Jacob?
It's going okay if this cam would autofocus. I just got a new webcam, so I don't know.
Yeah, I know all about that. Because like, one of my Patreon pledges actually bought me a webcam as fan mail, and I've never been able to work it out. I need to follow more tutorials, and we've got Legs 11 amount of people watching, and we've got Mikey J Productions. Hey, Mikey. You know what? Mikey J, I forget. Do you own any Ninjago sets? Because, like, I'm on the record, as Mikey J knows, saying that out of all of the prominent members of the Lego Online YouTube community, he has the best Castle and Pirates collection by far. Apologies to the other Castle and Pirates builders out there. But I mean, if you go subscribe to Mikey J's channel, you'll see all about it and see how impressive it really is. If you don't already have some Ninjago stuff, I think particularly some of the temples would look really good.
Yeah.
Especially with the pirate stuff, if you can get any of the Ninjago stuff that has water in it.
There's a legacy temple that I bought. I don't know. TJ's told me the name before. I forget. It was the monastery.
Yeah, the monastery has been just.
That thing is so rad.
Sidious, you got any of these?
I think I have a couple of them. That was from the bone. That was from the bone stuff, right?
Yeah, the most recent sets.
Oh no, I have the old bone. What were they
Oh
called?
well, there are older ones as well.
Yeah, I have a couple of the old ones. Maybe
Do
that
you have
do you
you have any of these pieces?
No. Well, I have the ones that came in the new the Morbius set with it was the Miles Morales set, the big blue
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, those are a bit different, but yeah.
Yeah, they're just much bigger than that. But you have the most impressive katana like bins in the world. Yeah, those are the big horns. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that red one. That's
Those
the
are
one
some
I want to use.
impressive pieces.
I have an Asian modular that I'm building, like an Asian style modular that I want to use the red mask inside of it. It's like details.
Yeah, here's an older Anaconda sword.
See, they always do the dual molded. That's what I mean. Like for
Yeah.
the non-IP stuff, Lego puts out the money to make cool stuff.
I got the
Yeah, a lot of people wish they had the Destiny's Bounty. Which one specifically? The original one, the
Probably.
legacy, the
Ninjago movie was a good.
or the movie version, because most people
Well,
want the movie.
there's
one.
the OG, there's I guess the most futuristic version, the Final Flight of Destiny's Bounty. And then there's the movie version and the legacy version. I think those last two are the ones that people like the most.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I can't remember if you were in the comments last week for part 1 at Mikey J, but we were talking
right.
about the different versions of the Destiny's Bounties and what we like about them. And so I'm just gonna say right now, this mech may be small, and I have a bias against small mechs, but I like that this can fit in the palm of my hands. At least that's a good thing.
That's done very well though,
Yeah.
compared to like the little Marvel mechs. Like that one,
Yeah.
it's done really well.
That's a decent polybag build.
Mhm.
Yeah, especially for a polybag. I mean, that's it. From a design point of view, yeah, I have that, TJ. I
Yeah.
wondered where that came from. I was like, where
Do you
did I
have-
get this?
Do you have all four or just
I think mine has blue horns.
hold on? Yeah, I got that one in here.
I'm gonna put myself on full screen just for a little bit.
That one.
Also, because of this small scale, even though it technically doesn't have knee joints because it's only got the ankle and the hip joints, in this small scale, if you squint your eyes, you can kind of imagine this as a combination ankle and knee joint if you really wanted to, and you can put it in a really good looking walking pose. Like that little thing looks so good walking.
Mhm.
Well, speaking of mechs, I'm much older than you guys, but when I was a kid, we had the Voltron toys were actual metal. They were made out of metal, like the lion. You would buy each lion and build them
A
up.
die cast.
Yeah, they were die-cast metal. So were the GoBots, which was like a little bit before Transformers. The GoBot toys were small, but
Yeah, the movie one.
the Voltron toys, the original ones, they eventually made plastic, but the original ones were die-cast metal. I still have them in my basement. Hopefully, she didn't throw them out because it was like, and when you built the full Voltron, it was heavy, very heavy because it was like a 2-foot metal neck, like out of pure metal.
And I saw that we have a Joseph Nailers up in here. Hey, Nails. You know what? Something I probably should do is since Dude Jude is the best greeter in the community, I've got to find a stinger of people saying hello.
I'm trying to see. I have a question for TJ.
Yeah.
Do you have the Techno Sword for Jay?
Oh, the Technoblade? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he definitely does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know that the top piece was actually used in a DC set?
Yeah, I do. It's used in
Sinestro.
there's some Green Lantern versus Sinestro set
Yeah.
with Space Batman.
Yeah.
It's a shame that until DC comes out with some relevant content, they're they're not gonna make some DC sets. Like it's just until there's stuff to support it, we're not gonna get DC sets like in the like we used to at least.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm disappointed.
It'll come. They'll make new content and they'll make sets eventually, but there's definitely been a lull in that.
Yeah, because as a Lord of the Rings fan, you'd be crazy not to go all in on the Rivendell, and I'm kind of in the same boat as you, Mikey. I have an appreciation for the Lego Ninjago modulars. I just don't have the real estate or the budget to buy them. I think a lot of people are probably in the same boat. They'd like to have them, but they budget for other stuff.
Like,
Now
if I could go back and buy the first two, I would.
I'm so
But
torn. I'm so torn with that. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. I watch it constantly while I'm like designing. I'll sit home while I'm working on stuff. It's always I actually prefer the Hobbit movies over Lord of the Rings, and I've read all the books. And I haven't bought a $500 set in a very, very long time, but I think that one I will definitely buy it like day one. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do it because even though I'm just going to break it down to keep the figs and use it for mock parts, it's such a well-designed set. The lattice work with the white, everything is done, except for a couple of the trees. There's one tree that's really nice, but the rest of them are kind of. But I don't blame Lego. They never make solid trees because the part count would go so high that they can't. It would be an $800 set. So I get that, but that set it's gorgeous.
Yeah, I agree with what you said about the trees, because I think that's the same reason why the trees in the A-frame cabin is such a downgrade compared to the original idea.
The family, it definitely is. I mean, I'm a mock builder, dude. I'll pay to make trees like that, but it's expensive. It's very expensive. So I get why Lego doesn't do it in sets. Like they focus more on the structure of the set, the building than the trees. So I get it, but it's one of the trees in the set.
That's a good one, Dusty.
One of the trees in the Rivendell set though is dope. It's it looks like kind of like an elm tree, the thin one that has all the green parts. That one's does very well.
I have never watched a Lord of the Rings movie.
Oh, you should, bro.
Same.
You're missing out, man. Trust me. They don't claim it's the best trilogy of all time. And I'm a Star Wars fan. I've seen all the original Star Wars movies in theaters as a kid. And Lord of the Rings is better than that. And I hate to say it, but it is. This is a technology that was put out later. It had better CGI. But if you will like it, it's worth watching. Trust me. It's very, very good.
Okay. I like long movies, so I think I'll like it.
It's long though, man. You're gonna have to put in some time. You're talking about 9 hours of movies.
I've seen the Snyder Cut. I'm good.
Do you own any Ninjago box? No, sorry. Do you own any Ninjago sets, Jacob?
No, I don't. I used to though. Very sad.
Oh, what ones did you used to own?
I think it was like stuff from season 4 because I remember getting like a few. It was from the movie stuff because I was able to get some of the small sets from the Lego Ninjago movie, like the Training Dojo was I think the only one that I can remember offhand. So.
Did you have the Ninjago City Chase with the police tuk-tuk? Because that's one that I had.
Yeah, I think so.
That was a really good $20 set because it had 5 things in it.
I think I remember when someone once said the Lego Ninjago movie had the best sets but was the worst movie. So and it went like the worst movie of the Lego franchise has the best sets, and then you had the Lego movie which was like the best movie with some good sets and some okay sets. I forgot how they went.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that because when I go back and look at the sets that they've made for the different Lego movies, the Lego Batman movie, the Ninjago movie by far had the best sets in my opinion. then the Lego Batman movie. And you know what? I'm gonna say that the Lego Movie 2 sets were better than the Lego Movie 1 sets.
Whoa. I don't know if I agree with that.
It's a hot take
like
there.
It's subjective
the
taste, though.
the one with the statue of Liberty.
Oh, that's so true. Though.
Is like one of the main reasons why.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's fair.
What is that set called? I forget. What
Apocalypse Bug.
Yes, Apocalypse Bug.
Welcome to Apocalypse Bug, I think.
Yeah, Mikey J really likes
No,
Lord
he's
of
right though.
If you're not subscribed to Mikey J Productions, then you must be living under a what? Go hit that subscribe button. And now that we've got a dozen people watching, I'll bring back
He's
my
right.
I'll bring back my CMFs. Let me dump these out.
He's right though. It's hard now to watch the Lord of the Rings without the extended cuts, especially the Hobbit films, because the Hobbit films, they're always talking about Thorin, the lead of the dwarves, what happened to his father, and the extended cuts. I can't believe they cut it from the movie because they actually show what happened to his father in the extended cuts, and I can't believe that didn't make the film because all three of those movies, they're always talking about his father, and they didn't show it. And in the extended cuts, you get to see what happened to his father. So it's like, I love those films, dude. I'm with you, Mikey J.
So I have an important update to tell everyone. So I got my shipment of Series 24 CMFs in yesterday. These are my 4 favorites by far. We got the Steve Irwin Wannabe, we got the Falconer, we got the Brown Classic Spaceman, and we got the Orc. So I am on a mission. I am trying to trade for as many of these cute little koalas as possible. I want all of them. And now that I've got my shipment in, trades are now open. So the first one to organize a trade with me was Makro Bricks, because he's after as many orcs as possible.
Well, it's funny because people know I'm against filling up bags. I'm all for it. The package designer, them going to boxes, even though Lego lies, said they're doing it for the environment, which they're not. They're doing it for profits. But those are the easiest to find. The Falcon.
Because of the foil,
because they have a little crinkle bag inside of the bag, so you don't even. As soon as you pick up the poly bag, you can tell if it's an orc or a falconeer instantly because you can feel the crinkle bag inside there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even have to feel it up. You can just tell. Those are the two, in my opinion, the best figs in the series. Well, and the space fig, but
yeah,
they're the easiest.
I will be trading both of my duplicate orcs and one of my brown spacemen to Mark, and he's going to trade me 3 of the koala suit guys. Three of the koalas he found. So I am going to hold back. So I'm keeping all the falconers. I'm keeping all the koalas, obviously.
What are you
and
doing?
Where is it? Where is it? I'm not going to be trading away my 3rd brown spaceman. But all of the others, I only need 1 of. So I'm going to be putting all of those on the trade table. So we can make this look a little bit more presentable.
I love that little newsboy that you have there. I love that figure.
Oh, and we've got Brick Hive. Hey, Brick Hive.
He's got
Hive.
I love the mold of the new hat of the newsboy. He's got a new cabbie hat. I love that.
Yeah, just saying that I got my shipment of CMFs in the mail, and now the mayohosko collectible minifigure trade period is open. So I'm trying to get as many of the koalas as possible. I've already arranged a trade with Mark So so we're going to exchange a lot of stuff because I've got some goodies to send him. That I've got some goodies to send him because he is a Patreon pledger. So that makes the trade easier. But the mayohosko CMF trade period is now open because I only need singles of all of these other ones. So the newspaper boy, the aristocrat, the high-tech alien, the association football referee, the carrot suit guy, the rocking horse girl, the potter, the dinosaur furry.
Everyone in the Lord of the Rings sets are like, oh, these ferns look amazing. These ferns look amazing. They don't realize those ferns come right from that carrot CMF head. That's what they are.
Yeah.
Those ferns in the Lord of the Rings set are those. That's the part from the carrot man's head, which is dope. It's good. Any foliage piece we can get in Lego, I love. But that's where those Lord of the Rings ferns come from.
Hey, gladiator.
I have a question.
Yep.
Does anyone else realize that the blue baby spaceman is actually just a baby Benny?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is just a baby Benny.
I wanted to be able to take off his helmet because I wanted to take little micro scale skulls from the Harry Potter sets. They made a micro scale skull, and I wanted to make little dead baby space babies, but you can't take the helmet off. And Hive, hello. Woo! I gotta give a kung fu su to my boy Hive.
Oh, also, I should have done this a little bit earlier, but I should have done this when Shane got up in here.
Yeah, talking about the Ned Cully thing, very popular character. I've never seen anyone try and build a Ned Cully out of Lego, though.
And I totally forgot. I'm not supposed to play the PvP for Makro. I'm supposed to play that for other people who smoke weed in the community because I've got this one for Makro.
Whenever I've gotten onto people's live streams, and we have Makro Bricks in the studio.
Yeah, so I should have done that earlier. Also, let's go down here because now that Hive's up in here.
It's your boy JP. What's up, Mayo? I like
Somebody say Mayo. Did you say Mayo? You just say Mayo. Somebody said Mayo. I heard Mayo.
I don't know, but I like that, man, and I even like how I read that. It's your boy.
Exactly, JP up in here. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't already have a stinger, just send me a video that is 60 seconds or less. It could be a channel trailer, or it could be something really funny that you've done in the past. Or I might find something funny on one of your live streams and be like, yes, that's going to be your stinger. Because I like having stingers for people. Like if Zissou gets up in here sometime, I've got a stinger for him. Exactly, your boy. Because and it was after that. It was after that was when I was inspired to bring this in.
Oh, I used to work with that fool, and then he went to Fox. When I was at ESPN, he was like in the height of his career. People loved him. He's awesome. But
and I thought Ingrid was supposed to be sleeping, and I'm guessing in the time I was busy this week doing homework, Ingrid changed her YouTube name. How was my day? My day is only 4 hours old.
he's a Philly fan, though. Makro actually, he's a Philly fan. What's his face from? What's his face from that you just played the clip from? Stephen A. Smith. He likes Philly.
Yeah, because he used to work for the Philadelphia Inquirer. So he has an appreciation for the Philadelphia sports teams, but he is a Knicks fan, a Yankees fan, and a Steelers
Oh yeah,
fan.
yeah. Him, he goes to New York, but he has some roots in Philly. Because when I was working there, man, that was like one of my first jobs out of college was ESPN.
That's such a Makro Bricks thing to say in response to Hive's question. That's such a Makro Bricks thing to say. That gets one of these. Let me scroll up. That deserves one of these, Mark.
What's up, Ingrid? Wanted to say hello to Ingrid.
Yeah, not being able to sleep is a pain in the butt. I know that feeling. Yes. Oh, yeah. See, I told you there's a lot of people who live near, or used to live near, or grew up in Philadelphia in the Lego community. And that's another. And that's also such a Jacob Neely thing to say.
Well, New York City isn't that far from Philly. Like I used to have clients.
No, because isn't technically Philadelphia and Baltimore in the New York metropolitan area?
Yeah, they're close. Yeah, because I used to
because of the urban sprawl.
I mean, you could drive there. For work, I used to have to drive to Philly. It would take a couple hours, but I used to drive there to meet a client and then come home. So it's close. Baltimore is a little bit further down there, but Philly was close enough that you go down the Jersey Pike, you're there in 2 hours, and I would meet with clients and then come home. But Baltimore is a little bit further. It's close. Baltimore, though, is considered more on the border of the Dixie line, like to the south.
Yeah,
it's
because
not really
like
south, but
and,
it's the start of it.
Yeah, and Hive lives in Baltimore, so he's probably the most qualified to talk about that.
Yeah, Baltimore's dope. I love that city. It's a good city.
Yeah, and yes, because even though LeBron James is now the NBA's highest scorer ever, Michael Jordan is still the GOAT.
I need to call out Brent from ACOB, though. Brent was wearing a Lakers jersey. He claims to be a Cavalier fan. You need to be loyal to the soil, Brent. Yeah, I know you like LeBron, but
speaking of Michael Jordan, did anybody see the new trailer for that Nike Air Jordan movie? No? Okay, just never mind.
So that's the overarching question. Everyone have at that in the chat because everyone already knows my answer. Fly Eagles fly on the road to victory. Fly Eagles fly, score a touchdown 1, 2, 3. Hit them low, hit them high, and watch how Eagles fly. Fly Eagles fly on the road to victory. EAGLES Eagles.
Are you talking about this, Jacob? Are you talking about the Space Jam movies?
No. There was a new movie for the Nike. It was like with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, and it supposedly has. It's based off a true story of how Nike introduced the shoe Air Jordan to Michael Jordan when he was starting out as a rookie. It's an origin story of the shoe. It's a weird movie, but it's coming out.
It's like like one of the not a documentary, but a true story type of movie.
Yeah. But I just wanted to segue from Michael Jordan into that. So. Yeah.
So if anyone wants to make trades for either extra CMFs of ones that you like, or if you're gonna be in the stores, over the next couple months, trying to fill the packs and you can't get all the ones you want, just hit me up and we can arrange a trade. That is if you get duplicates of the koalas that you don't need.
Like I said, the falcons and the ogres, the orcs are easy to find because they have a crinkle. They're the only two that have a crinkle bag inside of the bag. The second you pick it up, you can tell without even feeling it up. It's crinkles. Like you can totally tell. Those are the easiest ones to find.
Yeah. I need to find some.
It's so easy, and I don't feel bad. If you pick it up, you hear that crinkle, the other inside the bag, you know it's one or the other. Makro knows what I'm talking about. Makro, he knows the same. He's done the same thing. Like the crinkle bags are so easy to spot.
I'm gonna take apart this Golden Master mech from Battle for Ninjago City.
That almost looks like Blacktron mixed with like a TIE Defender from Star Wars.
Yeah,
Cool.
I bet.
I remember as a kid watching the ending to season 3 and always crying whenever one character, something happened to this one character. I don't want to spoil it.
Oh, we can spoil it. It's been like 9 years.
I know, but I was on this one channel and like someone didn't want to spoil what happened. Like Zane died, but like it always made me cry. I don't know why. I was a child. So.
Oh yeah, it was really sad.
And speaking of Zane, I'm building Zane right now.
Oh, sweet.
Zane is my favorite ninja. I don't know why.
Zane is my second favorite ninja.
Zane
he used
is
to be
also
my favorite, but
yeah,
got
Zane is
booted.
also my second favorite because I really like the original before they changed her from white to dark red. Just because, yeah, I don't know where I'm going with that.
Yeah, so Phidias, I just shared the what I'm talking about with you on Insta. So whenever you get a chance, you can watch that.
Oh, cool. I'll check it out. I'm horrible at checking Instagram messages, but I'll definitely get to it.
Miss Ingrid didn't know.
Exactly, because
Yeah.
like Mark is going to want as many of those falconers and orcs as possible. And we have YOLO X. Hey YOLO. Oh, do we
They killed
Trigger
time.
in the chat?
Zane gets killed all the time. It happens.
Yeah, they kill him a lot. I haven't even watched the show that much, and I know that they killed.
Yeah, he's been killed and or
Wasn't there
severely
like,
injured several times.
I remember one time I saw a clip of like a later season after I fell off, having something to do with him becoming like a king or something. I forget.
Yeah, the Ice Emperor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that kind of happened because he was lost in another realm and presumed dead briefly.
Oh wow.
He's like the C-3PO of Star Wars. They always they beat him.
That's a great analogy. That's awesome.
Now, Stud Sidious, I know you have you have an affinity for Kai. For those who don't know, YOLO X is from Hawaii.
Yeah, my sister lives out there.
I would like to live in Hawaii, but then I would have to worry about hurricanes and like thunder, like what's it called? I forget.
Well, there are volcanoes there too.
That too. But I'm talking about like the ocean. I can't think of it. The flooding. There we go. Took a while.
And also for those who don't know, YOLO X is actually a fairly new content creator. And he's big into the military side of Lego. So if you're also a military person, shy time is my time. Consider subscribing to YOLO X.
That was a loud shy call out. Yeah, my sister lives in the Big Island, but she also has little condominiums that she rents out on the smaller islands. So I don't like flights, and it's a long flight from where I am in New England to get out there. But occasionally I go out there. It's gorgeous. I love it. Hawaii's awesome. I mean, paradise.
Now I'm going to complain about stuff. I really don't like these pieces. In the Evo system, I just really don't like them. They're just too awkward for me.
I would probably use them if they were black.
I would have preferred. I would have preferred it if they had made this as two separate pieces, and where the Technic pinhole is would be a
Or like
would
a
be-
ratchet joint of some
yeah,
sort, maybe.
would be either a ratcheted joint or a hinge joint instead. I would have preferred that to be separate pieces.
I need one of those for this. I did a Kid Icarus mock from Nintendo. I haven't finished
That's
it yet.
cool.
It's like 3-dimensional. Everything's floating on there, but I put stands at the bottom. But I still feel like do all the ivy and the background work. But I would love one of those to put on the top here to be able to like hang it on the wall. So
Yeah.
I can get one of those mosaic parts to finish it off. I didn't even know those existed because I never buy mosaics, and I see people showing off that part. It's a really cool part.
Yeah.
I understand why they made these parts that way for stability, but it's still too much of an awkward piece for me.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like these small mechs are mainly for kids, and it's got to
Yeah,
not
but
fall
also
apart.
I think it's a missed opportunity for extra articulation.
Yeah, I feel like eventually they'll work it out to where they can make a piece like that actually articulates and is stable, but they just haven't been able to do that yet.
See, Lego has always had problems with friction in their ABS plastic, particularly with hinges and joints.
That thing would be perfect though for this mock that I'm doing. Until people showed it, I didn't know they made that part.
And it's not a new thing. They've been having these problems for decades.
Yeah.
Kid Icarus though is a game that you guys probably don't know because it's an old Nintendo game. It was like Super Mario Greek mythology, like way back in the day.
Yeah, I'm young, so I had no idea it was a game. So
Yeah, they made new versions of it, but it's like for the really old Nintendo fans that grew up with Nintendo, they know Kid Icarus.
what you should do is like buy the Nintendo TV and build your mock into the TV.
Inside of it, yeah, I have that. I did that with Zelda actually.
That's cool.
I love that Nintendo set. It's like one of the last big expensive like Lego sets I've purchased. That's why this Lord of the Rings set has me torn because I usually don't spend that much on a Lego set because I spend it on mock parts. But it's that one has me like it's a very well. The design is just amazing.
Yeah, I was on Discord and with Mayo, and like we got into a discussion on this one Discord server on the Windmill set.
Yeah, we were. Yeah. I said an opinion, and then I just ballooned a whole conversation that spiraled out of control. It was awesome.
It was fun. Yeah, so there was something to do with whether or not you could like use Rivendell in like castle themed sets alongside castle themed sets, and it became this whole conversation. And yeah, it was fun.
And I know that a lot of people don't agree with my opinion, and I actually like it when people disagree with me, because that means there's a conversation to be had.
Ingrid, you're gonna love the when I finish the mock the real post that I placed because it's gonna have the Kid Icarus song playing in the background. That song to me too. If you ever played Kid Icarus, you know that song just gets drilled into your head. It's such a classic game. It's old school. Like I said, it was just as popular back in the day as Super Mario. Not as popular, but very close. Like it was up there because it was basically Super Mario with just like a Greek mythology theme. You had to beat Medusa, so it's. Yeah. When I mock, sometimes I want to make things that no one else will ever make or think of, and that's Kid Icarus popped in my head one day. So and I was lucky that you could make Kid Icarus from like I used Wilma from Fred Flintstone sets for the legs, like all the parts to make Kid Icarus are all official Lego. It looks just crazy.
What did you use for the hail piece? Because I saw it was like I think it was a real hail piece, but I wasn't sure.
It was from Star Wars, I think.
Okay. Can I see it again?
It was one of the standard. Hold on, I'll show you like the.
Yeah. Because I noticed that and it seemed out of the ordinary to me.
He's built out of.
Oh, I see. It's I think it looks like I don't know.
I have a big collection, so I kind of just grabbed it from wherever. I'm debating changing his face, but
I don't know where that hail piece came from.
I think it's from Harry Potter, maybe. I'm not sure.
Oh, I think I know that hairpiece. I can't place a specific big, but
it's a common hairpiece. But his name is Pitt. The Kid Icarus, the game, Pitt is the kid who is Kid Icarus. So
it looks like the one they used for Bruce Wayne in the latest sets, but in like a different color. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I've been debating actually changing his face either, but I've been so focused on actually finishing the mock itself. Like I still have to put the background in. I have to put all the ivy in there. There's gonna be pillars, like Greek pillars in there. So it's I'll go back eventually and like really focus on the things. But it was just amazing that the Wilma pants from Flintstones made the perfect, and a Star Wars torso made the perfect Kid Icarus like Pit figure. I just lucked out.
Yeah.
I've left up that comment by Gladiator for a while because I wanted to address it. Lego tries not to do stuff with the military. Everyone remembers the whole controversy about the Osprey, and so
yes,
there are a lot of Lego military fans and builders, but Lego tries not to do military. So Lego's not gonna do that, Gladiator. Unfortunately, that's why companies like Brickmania exist. And with all this talk about Nintendo gaming and other stuff, does anyone have any deep opinions about the gaming season of Ninjago? Because I thought it was really creative, in all honesty.
Yeah, I liked it.
I like that it was a throwback to when they did that weird gaming system in the O-End Expedition Adventurers sets. But instead of having those weird cards that would act as board game pieces, they used the set itself, with the sets themselves, to move around the minifigures in a board game type scenario.
Actually, that Kid Icarus thing, sorry to cut you off, I think it's Anakin actually that I took with Kid Icarus there.
That could be it. Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off, DJ. That's just
the villain for the gaming season for Ninjago, Prime Empire, Unagami.
Dude, I love
great villain, because he wasn't really a villain. He was just confused and
I need to
abandoned.
catch up with new seasons.
I love the ponytail though with the red hair piece, because that's not you don't see that.
Yeah, I got 3 of this guy. So if you're interested in one, Sidious.
You know,
I want that shoulder piece. That shoulder piece looks nice.
Yeah,
like, I did like an evil, just a generic evil wizard, like kind of laboratory with and I used weird.
I've got a couple of the hair piece.
That's why I love the Ninjago parts, because they use it to do weird, but like they make the best part.
But this guy was a really it was a different villain. It wasn't, I'm gonna take over and destroy everything. And
would you say he was like Thanos and like a sympathetic villain?
A bit more sympathetic than Thanos.
I know that. Like I'm just like
yeah. But he was clearly he needed help more than he needed to be stopped.
He needed a good therapist.
And Jay was able to relate to him in the end.
Yeah.
And then
I just wanted to show some of the minifigs. So this is the Evo version
Yeah,
of
Core
Lloyd.
Lloyd.
Yes, Core Lloyd, and then this is the Zane,
Yep, it's got his hairpiece.
and this is the Vampire.
I love the
No,
snake.
it's just a snake. He's not a
Yeah, or
vampire.
whatever his name is. See, that's why I'm not a Ninjago expert, and
It's
that's
a
why
core. They don't have an official name. It's just the core snakes.
I've always seen those in gold, but I've never seen them in orange like that.
Yeah.
So
No, I got my bag of core villains.
So Jay, you mean to tell me these don't have a fancy name? That's kind of
Not that I'm aware of. And they're just non-canon villains. They've never shown up in the show. They were just made.
They look more like
villains
than Snake. Like
they're just like generic villains for these sets.
Dude,
Same with the Bone Warriors.
It just hit me now. I should bust out my Python for the Ninjago stream.
I have a fan name for them. Cobalt Cobras.
I think they're cobras of some sort.
Oh, hang on, I'm silly me. I'm thinking of the trans orange and trans light blue vampires from the season before Prime Empire. That's what I'm.
Oh, those are the fire snakes.
Yeah, those ones.
Yeah.
See, that's what I got confused with.
The hydro,
the
pyro vipers or whatever they were called.
Now it's time to open bag 2.
Not to be honest, not my favorite.
If I bust out my Python, she's gonna bite me.
I think season 1 had the best snakes.
Yeah, the original snakes are the best snakes because there was so much diversity in them.
Mm-hmm.
I love all the snake fakes, dude. All of them. But DJ knows I love pythons. You know it, so that's why I like Ninjago because all the snake fakes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, TJ, I have a question. White python or purple python?
Oh gosh, that's a tough question. I'd probably have to go white Pythor, but purple Pythor is also good.
I don't know. I'd probably say the purple one. I'm an OG.
Yeah, I mean, can't go wrong with either.
Yeah.
But Sidious, do you have any of the snakes with tails?
Yeah, I have a few. I have I was gonna ask you. I don't have the one with
do you have
the black
this one?
tail. I don't have the black tail. I have that one, yes, but I don't have the one with the black tail.
Oh, that's well. There's two with black tails. He
was the main villain, like the head guy in that season. I forget his name.
And the fire snakes.
He had a black tail. He was a black head.
Was he like? Did he have orange highlights? I think you might be.
Hold on.
I think it was black and purple. I think.
Oh, I don't know.
Black and purple.
I think
that might be Pythor.
Yeah.
Pythor. Yeah.
Yeah. That's this one, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's expensive.
Yeah, I don't have him.
But they did a legacy version of him.
Wasn't there one though where it was all black with purple highlights, like the reverse of that?
No. Not that I mean, there have been a couple of Serpentine that have been all black. There was.
I'm thinking of the black Serpentine with like orange highlights with the
Skeletor.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that one's cool too.
And then there was the only other black Serpentine is Char.
That's who I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
I was mixing him with Pythor.
Yeah, I don't have a duplicate of him, unfortunately.
Yeah, he looks cool.
That's why I love the CMF series. One of my favorite things is Medusa.
Because this guy was in the Land Bounty and the Katana 4x4, and I never got the Katana 4x4. If I do ever order that set, I don't need the duplicate Char fig.
What's her face? The little foot soldier too that had the red Medusa hair from Ninjago. She was one of my favorites.
Yeah,
too.
General Machia. She got promoted to General.
Because I love the original, the green CMF series with the Medusa figure. I actually built like a whole diorama for her, and I ended up tearing it down like an idiot. I used the parts.
This isn't a snake, but do you have this guy?
No, I love that dude though. I've actually watched. I watched the shows that he was in. I love.
Yeah, because those are on YouTube.
They're on Netflix too. I watched.
Yeah, they're available, but if you want this guy, I've got a couple duplicates of him as well.
His son was a prick. I remember that.
Yeah, this is the son.
Oh yeah.
The design, this was a bit of an earlier design compared to the show, but yeah.
I just remember watching the show, and his son was a dick.
Yeah.
And speaking of characters changing their names, what does everyone make about how about when Sensei Wu became Master Wu just because Lego didn't want to offend the Chinese market?
I mean, I was okay with it.
'Cause I always thought
I
that
don't really
change
mind.
was so unnecessary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter.
It was odd at first, but it didn't really matter to me after a little while. I was just like, okay.
Yeah, it's
Now
not
we
as bad
got
as
Bobby
Slave
Gordon.
One.
Hey Kevin.
See, most people don't realize that I am a Ninjago fan. Everyone sees Sidious, they think I'm this huge like Star Wars guy, which I am. But most Star Wars sets I don't like, to be honest. They're not targeted at me. They're targeted at kids. They're not fully fleshed out. They don't hit the design stuff that I want. Like big
The
sets.
only good Star Wars sets are the most expensive ones.
Yeah,
Which
exactly.
are-
You get what
Well,
you
it's
pay
like-
for.
Well, Sidious, it's like everyone thinks, everyone associates me with Ninjago and doesn't realize that I'm a big Star Wars guy as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I knew you from the clones. So, but I
Yeah.
know you know that. I know that, TJ. I mean, you and I. Understand.
Yeah, I got a bunch of the clone stuff. I got more stuff coming. I got a bunch of pilots, and I think an airborne trooper as well.
Most people
Coming
don't
in
know
there.
this about me, but I was a huge Star Wars fan and Ninjago and all the other stuff. But then I stopped. I only did DC for the last few years because, I don't know why.
I mean,
No. I know it's Star Wars. I stopped because of the sequel trilogy. So
I'm bummed that, speaking of DC, I'm bummed I missed the Reverse Flash sets.
I'm so glad that I got that fig.
I have them. Yeah.
I have a custom version, which is actually done really well, of the black version of I forget his name.
Zoom,
yeah.
or Black Flash.
Yeah, and he's got like a skull under his helmet. Like it's really cool.
Oh, that's probably Black Flash. Does he have like a little bit of red?
I don't think so. I'll find it.
Is he all black? Because it could be either.
Yeah, I mean it's the same character in the show. So
In the show, yeah, but in the comics, it's two different characters.
yeah.
Actually, in the comics, Zoom, who dressed more like the regular Reverse Flash.
I know this. You don't have to explain this to me.
Oh yeah, no, because Zoom like sealed the Black Flash away in the Forever
actually,
Flash.
I think Reverse Flash is more known as Zoom in the comics. Actually,
Well, he goes by Professor Zoom, the original.
yeah, it's a
Flash.
weird thing with.
And then the second Zoom, Hunter Zolomon, just took the name Zoom because he was more of an antagonist to Wally West than to Barry
I
Allen.
mean, Wally West's love interest was Linda something or another.
Yeah, Linda Park.
Yeah.
Still is.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been keeping up with the comics lately.
I
Flash.
love how they restored Flash at Wally West with the white eyes, and they gave him his original suit. I love
I think it's Zoom. I took the lightning off his back.
Yeah, that's Zoom. Yeah.
I love
Gosh,
that.
that's cool. I need to get a custom Zoom fig at some point.
This one's done really well too. Really well. Like,
He's one of my favorites.
It's awesome.
A good night, Ingrid.
Back to Ninjago.
Yeah, back to Ninjago. Speaking of Ninjago, all of the loyal mayohosko fans know that I've talked about how not all of these are new. Some of these are used, and I'll get these mechs out of the way, as this set has already been built. So the only things I need to do is make sure that all of the pieces are here. Because this is a set 71740. And majority of this is already built.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the 4+J mech.
Yeah. here. I just got to cross-reference the instructions to make sure they are complete. Okay, I got to stick this. What are these big blades called? Do they have a special name?
I don't think so.
I have no idea.
I guess they're just
But let me.
blades.
I mean, Bricklink probably has a name for them.
I like those blades. I know there's this one mock that used them for something else other than Ninjago. So I can't say because it's not Ninjago related.
Okay, that all looks.
Yeah, it's a propeller blade,
Oh.
but also Bricklink calls it propeller 1 blade 10 length with bar parentheses sword blade.
Yeah, I know they called the one that Thanos had a propeller blade as well, like the one in his sword. Yeah, this double-sided sword.
Well, Mark, I pay tax and I need my sleep.
Yeah, that blade piece is
It's old.
been around for a while.
Yeah, it's old.
Yeah, it looks like
it's been here like since 2012.
Yeah, 2012 is the first time it showed up.
Yeah, I love 2012. 2012 is my favorite year.
2012 was such a great era.
Yeah, I love 2012. I wish I could go back in time.
Yeah, I was in 3 sets in 2012, all gold and all elemental vehicle weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone except Zane had one of these blades in the original.
Yeah.
Okay, good news. It looks like this set is complete. And I don't have any of the new style composition cannons. So nice to get one of these in my collection.
Yeah, they've got in
last.
that Jay's Titan mech that came out recently. They have 2 of those in that.
See how much firepower that has. Just amazing.
That's got some push to it.
I need to get one of those and we remake the 2006 Batmobile. I think that'd be cool. Like we made it with updated parts. That'd be cool. In my opinion.
I love how much firepower is in these new style composition cannons. They're not really Technic anymore because they are brick based.
Yeah. I have a question. Titanium J, what is your favorite piece that was first introduced in Ninjago?
Oh gosh, that's a tough question. There's so many good
That's
pieces.
a really hard question.
Yeah.
Gosh,
You know what? My favorite Ninjago specific piece is probably, or at least the piece that everyone associates with Ninjago, is the 1x4x2 Oriental wrought iron fence piece.
Yeah, that's a good one. The crown piece, that one on top of the spinners, that's anher good one. I love that they can use those in so many sets.
Yeah,
I make them into detail things.
I think my piece would be like the techno blades or any kind of weapon that was used.
Yeah, the weapons are also really good. Sword of Fire, fantastic.
Yeah. I love this dude. I gave him
Scott.
Yeah, from the video game. He's great.
Yeah.
The little camouflage bandana. Obviously, I added the boombox and shotgun for fun, but he is such a cool little character.
Yeah, he was in the show. He was the first person to end up in Prime Empire, and he spent 30 years in the game.
Oh, that sounds like a cool concept.
Yeah,
it sounds like very Jumanji like.
Yeah, he found because of that. I guess because he had been in there so long, he had this garage that had a level 999 stealth barrier. So like it was impossible to be found.
I just love his the hat and hood combo. It's great. I mean, they used it in whatchamacallit, Inside, and they've used it on but
yeah, I thought that was a hidden side figure at first.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's got the same parts, but he's just a cool character from Ninjago with the bandana print.
Yeah, that's a Legacy 2J with the
it looks like Tournament of Fire.
Well, it's the second Legacy suit. Yeah. There was the first Legacy suit and the second one.
And I can't remember who the character is that has the mohawk from the...
That's Izor.
Yes. Izor. I like that he comes with the scimitar. Right
I mean,
there.
he's a great fig, but
I think
they
that-
should have
that's-
made other Anacontract cultists in the legacy sets, but they didn't want to bring the mold back for the skull.
He's got the Lord of the Rings sword, the Hobbit sword.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that soul. That's
It's
fine.
cool.
It's called a scimitar, and the orcs that I'm gonna be trading with Mark.
Yeah, they have
also has a scimitar in it.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite sword that Lego has made.
Yeah, that's one of the best swords.
They used it for the goblins in Lord of the Rings too back in the day.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. Wasn't he like a San Diego Comic Con or something like that? I'm thinking.
I think they just put him in the Hobbit sets. The ones
I'm
that
thinking
they
like
made.
the guy with the hook for a hand from Hobbit. I don't remember. I think
And even though this rolling vehicle is very simple, I like that they used the 6 long bones as a bumpers on this thing. That's kind of funny. Use bones as bumpers.
Oh.
And I'm just gonna say it. I like the little terrain build right here that has I don't know what type of sword that is. Jay probably knows.
That's a sai.
Yeah,
Sai dagger.
That
I
goes
miss
back-
when
Dagger.
when
And-
minifigs were wielding those.
Now
they're
they're
just
Raphael had the size.
And there's a little rock formation wedged brick that has the medium no, that's a light nougat spider on it, and this little olive green piece. There's a
Oh,
yeah,
blue
I don't
scorpion.
know what that is. With the dark blue scorpion, I like these 3 things better than the mech and the rolling vehicle. I'm
That
just gonna say that.
That part that you showed that had the spider on it, the nougat spider, they made that trans orange for the Darth Vader castle. It was cool. That was like part of the lava flow coming out of the castle.
Yeah, I love that piece. So I did look up online what I thought was the goblin from Hobbit, but it wasn't. So yeah. So I was thinking of like Azog from Hobbit. I thought he came with that sword. So but he did.
Oh, yeah, I just remember some of the goblins had it. Like they, even the extra they made a CMF series Goblin minifigure, which was just basically a recolor of the Spider-Man Green Goblin. They just made it with like brown and green, and they gave.
Oh, I think I know what that is. Yeah.
Yeah, they gave him the same sword. So Lego's been making that sword for a while.
Yeah.
Yes.
In fact, let's find out just how long.
Those CMF goblins are dope. I have a few of them. I love them. The ones that
All right, that sword piece first appeared in 2007 in the Dwarves Mine.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
and
it was.
if anyone
Fantasy era.
and if anyone remembers when I did the 24-hour live stream building the 90th anniversary castle, the dwarves mine was one of my it was one of my either my awesome or elite sets on that tier list, which people can access that Lego Castle ranking tier list on my Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, you have a link to that. If you scroll down in my tweets,
Is the 72-hour live stream coming up? Isn't that coming up soon?
I think they're going to rebrand that to the 96-hour live stream because the past 2 were 96 hours.
Well,
I don't know where.
Well, it's the 72-hour plus stream.
Yeah, I don't know where Butt Chop or Brickmaster are right now, but they've said that it's getting really tiring doing that, and they are looking for more help.
They should rebrand it the 100-hour live stream. just to wound, like just make it like an average round number, you know.
I was talking to him earlier, talking to Butt Shop, and I meant to ask him when that is. I think it's coming up soon.
190. I can't be.
It always,
Well, that's
it always happens
That's
after. It always happens after Epic World Chicago.
Yeah, it's always in July, I think.
Oh, summer. I thought it was spring for some
Yeah.
reason.
There's
so for
sometimes
those-
there's more than one.
Yeah.
And
I
so
thought
for
it was
those
spring
who don't know, when Johnny G is talking about the butt chop minifigure, he's referring
That looks just like Butt Chop now that I think about it.
because
Yeah.
Izor has the mohawk, and I'm not sure if Butt Chop has an official sig fig, but whatever minifigure he always uses in his videos is got the mohawk.
That looks
Might
just
be
like Butt Chop.
might be one of the single digit series CMFs that he uses. I think that was the one with the purple mohawk. Yeah, so if anyone remembers my ranking of the good Lego castles from my 24-hour live build of that 90th anniversary castle.
That mohawk has come in so many
We
colors.
talked about the dwarves mine and how awesome the dwarves mine.
Yeah,
is.
it came in gold.
And the
It
fantasy
came
era-
in bright blue and like the dark whitish. Yeah.
Yeah, and the fantasy castle era was the first text to come with the scimitar.
Yeah. Yeah, and that scimitar piece was actually both Chopov's and Ratla's golden weapons for the original Ninjago spinners. Yeah, but here's a Lloyd with a golden mohawk.
Why does
Yeah.
Lloyd look so like he's seen like stuff? Is that is that from the video game?
Yeah, this was his disguise, but it didn't work because they found him anyway.
He looks like he's seen stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll show the other avatars since I've got them out here. Here's Kai's avatar.
Kai looks very Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, he's got banana hair.
Yeah.
And then on the back is a cobra. I guess it's a Cobra
that was
Kai
a great
reference.
Cobra Kai.
Yeah, Cobra Kai. And
What
then
did you say?
Jay. Superstar Rockin' Jay.
I don't like that one. I'm sorry.
Yeah. He's not my favorite out of the three. I think Kai is probably my favorite out of the three. And then, of course, Cole and Nia didn't. They got avatar suits, but they were all just like city pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, so because this isn't a 4+ set, we got some stickers.
Yeah.
And we are halfway through part 2. Okay, so now we're building the last set of the day. It's the Lloyd's Hydro Mech. And because this is a part of the Hydro season, Lloyd comes with scuba diving gear.
Yeah.
I need to catch
With,
up on my Ninjago.
With a holder for a katana.
I love Ninjago as a kid.
And instead of that being a neck attachment, it's actually a leg attachment. Because
Well, it's a leg attachment and a neck attachment.
Yeah, because from the looks of things, they've fused the air tanks that have the holder for the katana with the tubes for the breathing apparatus in,
Yeah.
so that it has the neck attachment at the top and the hip attachment at the bottom, and it's
I need
a
that for Batman.
and it's a soft rubber piece.
Yeah.
It's a soft rubber rather than a hard rubber or a hard plastic.
Yeah, for those diving suits in my collection, I just took off the masks and gave them their hair because they barely use the actual diving masks in the show. They were mostly just unmasked. I did the same with the hunted suits, season 9 suits, just because they barely use the masks in there as well. I think besides Lloyd, I don't think any of the ninja used the masks they had until the last episode of that season.
And so for those who don't know, I will eventually be selling majority of my Ninjago figures because I don't need duplicates of a lot of this stuff. And I'm not really picky about the designs of the torsos and the weapons exactly. So much like my Marvel and Star Wars minifigures, I will be putting up most of my Ninjago figures for sale.
I've got a bag of a bunch of hair and mask attachments, and those are just extras to put on when I need them for mocks or whatever.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I do have a bunch of duplicates of Kai. So Stud Sidious, if you're looking to get a good deal on some Kais, I might be able to hook you up.
I already have so many damn guys. It's like that's why I'm giving them to my nephew because I have so many of them that watch once that's still Odie mask, Jay. I like that one too.
Yeah, Garmadon's mask.
Those I have so many Kai figures. It's like insane. That's what my nephew's gonna get bombarded.
Golden Oni Lloyd.
Yeah, that one's cool. The red one is cool. I like the red one the best. Personally.
Yeah, the Mask of Vengeance. That gave the user 2 extra arms.
I just like the look of it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not just a Kai guy because I've got duplicates of I think I've got duplicates of every of the main characters except for Nia. Nia is one that I don't have a lot of. I think I only have the white version of her from the movie collectible minifigures, which is I wish I had one that was either from a bulk lot or one of the sets. Yes, you should probably be more active on Discord
because they didn't put Nia in a lot of sets in the early years, and even nowadays she kind of gets sidelined a bit. In fact, in the underwater season, her own season, her standard ninja suit only came in one set. She did get her NRG form in a couple sets at least, but she's in a decent number of the core sets for the latest wave.
Cliff is here, so now we have the full Super Bowl challenge.
Yes,
it's you guys versus Cliff.
Exactly, because I don't like Clicking Cliff right now, and Clicking Cliff doesn't like it doesn't like me, and there's going to be a lot of bragging rights for either one of us come Monday. Because either he is going to be either he's going to do the tomahawk throw, or I'm going to be spreading my wings and flying. And there is a whole bunch of other Chiefs fans in the community, not just Cliff, not just.
Well, I do think that the Eagles' offense can handle the KC defense. I mean, dude, even when the Raiders team was getting torn apart this year, Cliff and I talked about it. The Raiders were beating the crap out of them for the typical Raiders this year. They lost like 8 games by 1 point, and that was one of them. They were beating up on KC, and like obviously the coaches and the Raiders destroyed the team this year. They're making a whole new thing of the team, which really makes me angry. But I think the Eagles offense is going to give them a run for their money. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a really good game.
Yeah. Hello, Al Toy World. Nice to see you here.
What's up, Richie?
I forget, Al Toy World. Are you a Ninjago guy? I can't quite remember. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly what I'm talking about.
Dude,
it's undecided. It's undecided. It's undecided who's gonna take care of. It's undecided who's gonna take care of business, but Vegas favors the Eagles.
Josh Jacobs alone destroyed, was beating on them badly until typical Raiders this year. They gave it up in the end, but it's gonna be the Eagles have a very good offense, and the Chiefs have a good offense and defense. It's gonna come down to if the Eagles can outscore them. It's gonna be a good game.
Because I was running it through my head this week, putting on my sports analysis cap. I was going through the X's and O's, and the only X's and O's that I think that the Chiefs are better at is the quarterback, the tight end, and
Oh wow, Richie,
the defensive tackle.
That is a long episode.
The Eagles have one of those rare offensives that can outscore people. So if they can, no matter what the defense is on the other side, if they can just keep scoring, which they're very good at, they could probably win. So we'll see.
Because the Chiefs are the number one passing offense, and the Eagles are the number one running offense.
Cliff, you could say that, but it's taken your team over 30 years to catch up with the rings with the Raiders, and they still don't have as many rings as the Raiders. So that's kind of pathetic. But what's also pathetic is how long ago it was since the Raiders have been relevant. Well, dude, the Raiders, everyone says the Chiefs, they won 5 AFC championships in a row, but John Madden did that like it was nothing. So that's what I mean. It's pathetic for Chiefs fans to talk because they don't have as many rings, and it took them 3 decades to even get close to the Raiders. So I admit the Raiders have been a crap show we've had bad management. They've been ruining the teams. Gruden fixed it all, and then it got destroyed. You know that, Mayo, by McDaniels. We've had this conversation, but the Chiefs don't have as many rings. That just comes down to that. They're not that good of a franchise. They choke constantly. That's why I think your Eagles are going to beat the crap out of them.
And I just wanted to let all of the Chiefs fans out there to know this, Cliff. I'm not saying anything bad about the Chiefs because hopefully there will be some kind of jinx in there.
I need to get going, everyone. So I just have a few things to say. Subscribe to mayohosko on YouTube and follow him on Instagram. Goodbye.
See ya, Jacob.
Bye.
Cliff, you know it's not the past when it's the history of the game. They keep track of Super Bowls for a reason. And you and the Chokers, the Chargers, have not been able to do it. So prove me wrong Sunday. I hope they prove me wrong. But I think the Eagles' offense can really go past. I think they're going to destroy them. But we'll see. We'll see.
Well, something for us lonely soy Broncos fans to talk about is, hey, at least we were able to land Sean Payton. Yeah, sure, we had to give up a first-round pick to get him, but there's probably no coach better to try to turn around Russell Wilson.
The crazy thing is it's Andy Reid versus his old team, which is very for me it's an elephant.
Because not only is it the Andy Reid Bowl, but it's also the battle of the Kelseys.
It's gonna be interesting to see Andy Reid go against his old team. That's for sure. But I honestly do think that if the Eagles play as well as they have, their offense can destroy anybody. You can outscore any defense when you have an offense like that. So we will see. We will see.
Yeah, and here comes the Canadians talking about hockey.
It's funny because Charger fans and Chiefs fans always say, "Oh, living in the past," but it's like, dude, it's kind of pathetic that the Chargers have no rings at all, and the Chiefs, it took them 3 decades to even get close to the Raiders. Like, that's pathetic on their part that they couldn't catch up. Like, even when the Raiders were mismanaged and horrible, they still couldn't catch up. It took them 3 decades, so it's nothing to flaunt about. That's for sure. True football fans understand that. So one day the Raiders will be back.
And what I will say to Mark is that even though the NFL is more popular and tougher, ice hockey is way faster.
It's harder to play. Ice hockey is the hardest sport to play because you not only get the hits like you do in football, you have to be able to skate on top of it and shoot. Like, hockey is what takes the most talent out of most sports. It's very hard to play hockey.
Yeah, because people like to say that basketballers clock up a lot of miles a game, but I'm pretty sure ice hockey players clock up even more miles per game.
Yeah, that's a tough sport. It's a really tough sport. So soccer too. People don't realize the endurance you have to play, like, or what they call in the world football. But
Now that we're onto this, once again, I'll say, I'll explain the football confusion. People who live in countries where association football is not the predominant code of football call it soccer because the term soccer comes from the SOC in association football. The USA has American football. Ireland has Gaelic football. Australia has Aussie rules football. New Zealand and South Africa have rugby. And there is a Greenland-Iceland effect in American football and rugby where a touchdown is a walk-in, yet a try is a grounding. Someone got their wires crossed over 100 years ago. And also, people also don't realize is that there are two different codes of rugby league and rugby union. Rugby union grew largely out of South England, and rugby union grew largely out of South England. Rugby league grew largely out of North England. Australia is better than New Zealand at rugby league, and New Zealand is better than Australia at rugby union.
Cliff, you know it's true, man. I say it, my team was mismanaged for like 20 years, dude. I get it. But John Gruden still beat you guys and rode around the stadium and made you all guys mad last year. Then they cancel cultured him. It took you guys a long time to catch up with the Raiders. Like, that's pathetic. It is. It's pathetic because the Raiders have been bad for a long time and mismanaged. The Chiefs should have at least gotten some rings, but we'll see. We will see. You know, obviously as a Raider fan, I'm hoping that the Eagles fly all over them, but we'll see. They're a talented team. I mean, I admit it. They're a good team.
And I'll add four more things to what I'm saying. No, sorry. I'll add 6 more things to what I was saying. Americans call association football players pansies, and British people call an American football a hand egg. Rugby league fans in Australia like to refer to Australian rules football as aerial ping pong, and Australian rules football fans like to joke that all rugby is going backwards to go forwards. Over 50% of all association football goals are scored with your head, not your foot. Australian rules football is the only code of football where to achieve the major score, you have to use your foot. If you make contact above your knee, it is not a goal.
I played both. I played all the way up till college, I played football, and I was recruited into college, and I didn't want to do it anymore because my body, I'm handicapped. I had joint issues. They started to bother me. I couldn't. There's no way I could handle college football. I would get destroyed. I was a running back, so there's no way, and a strong safety. I couldn't do it. But I also, when that happened, and I played club sports, rugby in college, and I can tell you, the hits are much harder in football than they are in American football than they are in rugby. Do you think they don't wear pads? It doesn't. Dude, it doesn't make a difference. They hit much harder in American football. Trust me, they want to kill you. Like, it's a big difference. I love both sports, but I played them both, and you can get really hurt in American football badly, quickly.
Yeah. Rugby league is more structured than rugby union, but rugby union is tougher. That's all I had to say. And of course, fly Eagles fly. Anyway, that's enough with that. I really like these sand green pieces right here.
Yeah.
I really like those sand green pieces.
Back with the
I'm a sucker for sand green.
Back when the Green Ninja Mech Dragon came out, I wasn't sure about sand green as a vehicle color for Lloyd, but I got the set on 20% off, and I warmed up to it once I built it. It was surprisingly good, at least to me.
The only reason I'm okay with sand green for Lloyd's vehicles is because I'm a sucker for sand green, so there's a bias in there.
Yeah. Lloyd doesn't get a lot of sand green, I would say. Yeah, not much.
I love when NFL fans they talk all this crap, but they don't have enough. If one team has more Super Bowl rings than the other, that's it. The other team is better. No matter history, no matter nothing. That's why they keep track of stats. I just love how NFL fans get blinded by that. They're like, "Oh, this team sucks." It's like, well, we have more rings than you, so you need to shut up. That's just the way it goes. Like, that's why they keep track of trophies. But hey, who am I? It's called history and facts. But
yeah, because it's not like there's something called official all-time records or anything.
yeah, that's why they keep track of it. They keep track of who has the most Super Bowl trophies for a reason. Those are the better teams. Like, but whatever.
Yeah, like I don't just hate the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys because they're division rivals. I hate them because they have more Super Bowl rings more Lombardi trophies than both the Broncos and the Eagles.
Oh, dude, for years, Mayo, because I live in New York City, all my Giants fans used to talk crap. And I would always be like, yeah, but you guys don't have enough rings than the Raiders do. But then they passed us, and I had to shut my mouth. Like, but I'm not stupid. I'm not going to keep talking. Like, they passed us in rings, so I shut up. Like, that's just the way
because I'm guessing that was all before 2007.
I think the Giants got their last ring like 4 or 5 years ago, maybe something like that. Like,
yeah, because they bet because Eli Manning was one of only 2 quarterbacks to ever beat Tom Brady in a Super Bowl. The other one being Nick Foles.
Yeah, that was crazy. It was good to see him do that. A backup quarterback to win a Super Bowl. That was pretty cool.
And he not only won the Super Bowl MVP, but it was in the same game where Tom Brady threw for 500 yards.
I just find it funny.
Can you believe that?
He was a good quarterback though. He should have never been a backup like that. But that's how the NFL goes. It's weird. It's a business. So, but I just find it funny when they say that they're like, "Oh, you live in the past." It's like, why? Because my team has more rings than yours? There's no living in the past. That's why they keep stats. Your team is pathetic. They haven't caught up yet, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's just crazy like that. And there's a lot of people who know I'm a Manchester United fan, and naturally they expect me to dislike to I dislike Manchester City most of all. And I say no, I dislike Liverpool most of all because they have more trophies than us, and the value of their trophies is also greater.
That's at the end of the day. That's what sports comes down to. You either win the trophies or you don't. You either have them or you don't. So there's no in between. And fans like to talk all this crap, but it's like either you got them or you don't. That's it. That's it. So we will see. I think your Eagles can, if they play the offense they've been playing all year, I think they're going to smash KC. But we will see.
Yeah, because I think the big question mark is because the Eagles have been so good, particularly in the second quarter, they haven't had to play from behind as much. So Jalen Hurts doesn't have a whole lot of experience of playing behind in the second half, and he has one of the least amount of passes in the second half because he's able to light it up in the first half and then let the running game do the talking in the second because they can kill the clock. So that's literally the only question mark about Jalen Hurts is if we are trailing at halftime, can we still win the game?
Well, it's also that's the difference between like the international football and soccer, as we call it, Americans versus
association football. Soccer.
It's a very emotional, mental sport, and if the Eagles come in with that mindset that they're going to destroy, they're going to destroy. Like, so I hope they come in with that mindset they have all season where it's just like, all right, we're going to go do this and we're going to embarrass these fools. So we'll see.
I think the only chance that the Chiefs have got to win the game is if they lead at half. Is if they lead at halftime.
Hey, I don't think that's going to happen, though. You guys are always up by half, usually, so statistically, but we'll see. I don't want to jinx it, but the Eagles' offense is no joke. I mean, they put up points, so we'll see. We will see.
We'll let the teams do the talking on Sunday night.
Any given Sunday. That's the beauty of American football.
Any given Sunday.
I must say, though, Major League Soccer here, we have like a league now that's not united to all the world leagues, but we have our own league, and
okay. I've had this conversation with people before. Major League Soccer is a domestic club competition. I am so surprised that there are some Americans who can't even comprehend the difference between club and international football.
Oh, like, no, I know.
I was shocked because I had to use the examples. Well, LeBron James plays for the LA Lakers in the NBA, but he plays for Team USA in the Olympics. The Olympics is an international competition. The NBA is a domestic competition, and still some people couldn't understand it. Even using that example, which is amazing.
I used to work for Jose Cuervo, one of those brands, and they would sponsor like the international football team. So, and I would get confused because there were so many international football team leagues, and it all leads up to the World Cup. So
they're not international leagues. They are domestic club leagues.
Yeah, but they all lead up. They're all competing to a World Cup, and the Major League Soccer.
No, they're not. They're not competing. See, this is something I have to explain to people. At the club level, they do not compete for the World Cup. They are competing for form to get selected for their country.
Yeah, I completely. That's what I said. That's what I understand. Like, they have to make it to the qualifications to even play in the World Cup qualifications. Yeah. I totally get that. My point is Major League Soccer here is actually growing very popular. It's becoming a big sport here, which is crazy. Like, it's getting up there.
Yeah,
But-
because people are surprised how fast the league is actually growing, and because for years Major League Soccer has been the league of retirees from European and South American domestic leagues, but they've been trying to shed that image for a really long time. And 2 years ago, they got a high-profile player who was in the Serie A league in Italy that chose to sign with Toronto, I believe, or Minnesota United, one of those teams. And Major League Soccer fans were stunned because normally that doesn't happen. Normally they don't get those types of players until those players are at the end of their careers. So to get a player of that high caliber, I can't remember his name, in the prime of his career was a big leap forward.
Yeah, because they'll pay him money, just like the NFL here, bro. The sports leagues here will pay them money. They will come. These European players are coming here to play MLS. And dude, and America proved it. They went far in the World Cup. Like, people didn't think they were going to go as far as they did this past year, and they did. So, like, it's just the proof is in the pudding, man. They do it. Like,
yeah, because up until the Qatar World Cup, it had been since the 2006 World Cup when they last got out of the group stage. They couldn't even get out of the group stage when they had their greatest striker of all time, Clint Dempsey, who at the time was playing for Fulham in the EPL. And there's a reason why the US finally got into the round of 16, because so many players in the US, in the Team USA men's national team, are playing in European domestic leagues.
World Series baseball is easy to explain. The Yankees will pay to kick your ass. That's just how it goes.
No, the real story is that once upon a time, the World newspaper sponsored the World Series. Once the World newspaper stopped sponsoring the World Series, Major League Baseball liked the name so much that they kept it. And because they knew they were the best baseball league in the world. Even when Korea even when the US introduced baseball to Japan and Korea after World War II, and baseball became really popular in those two countries, which is why you see so many international baseball prospects coming out of East Asia.
Well, that in the Dominican Republic, there's a ton that come out of there.
Yeah, but that's always been a really good farm system for a whole bunch of Hall of Famers.
Baseball always puts me to sleep, but when people talk about baseball, it's, dude, you cannot beat the Yankees of all time. Have destroyed everyone. They have more championships than any sports in the world. They have like.
Well, actually, no, that's not correct, because technically I believe the Yankees have 27 World Series, while Barcelona have 29 or 30 La Liga titles, and Real Madrid have 36 or 37.
But that's not World Cup titles, bro. You can't compare. The World Series is the World Series. It's not, because Canada is involved. Like, you can't compare that. Like, they have the most of all, dude. They are the number one sports team in the history of sports, man. The Yankees you can't beat them. Like, they have the best.
But the New York Yankees are not an international team. They are a domestic baseball club.
No, they're not, because the Major League Baseball has Canada teams, dude. We have Canada teams where it's considered a world sport. So it's called the World Series.
Right now they've got right now there's an international baseball competition with a whole bunch of teams from Central and South America going on right now. If anyone watches ESPN, you might have seen some of those scores at the bottom of your screen in the ticker. There's
Go
that.
Google. Go
There's
Google.
there's that competition going on right now, and also baseball has a World Cup, but no one cares about the baseball World Cup.
Go Google it. You guys are wrong. Google it. Go check it out. The Yankees are considered the #1 sports franchise in the world, and that's why
I'm so lost.
Mayo, that's why they sell the most merchandise in the world. You know it. You know it's true, bro.
Well, but
I
I have evidence that proves you wrong. They're not the New York Yankees are not Team USA. They are the New York Yankees.
They're the best sports team in the world. They sell the most gear. They're the most known sports team in the world, bro. Like, this is facts, bro. This is facts. Look it up. I'm not going to debate it. It's just true. You can go look it up if you think wrong, but you're wrong.
I know plenty of other professional domestic sports leagues that have teams that have won more than 27 championships, premierships, or titles. They are domestic. They are national domestic leagues. Major League Baseball is a domestic baseball league, not an international baseball league. The only reason why the NBA, Major League Soccer, the NHL, and Major League Baseball have Canadian teams is because it's easier for them to compete in an American sports league than it is a Canadian sports league, because all of the money is in America and there's not enough.
We're a world superpower.
There's not enough of a talent pool in Canada.
You're not getting it, dude. You damn well know that the Yankees are the most successful sports franchise ever in the history of the world. That's just facts.
Real Madrid and Barcelona would like to say hold my beer.
Okay, I don't see them. I don't see Yankees people wearing Yankees gear in those countries. Every country people wear Yankees gear.
Yeah, did you know that Ninjago doesn't have any sports? Well, I mean, they don't have any sports teams.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Most people who aren't sports fans, the only reason, they don't know of the New York Yankees because they are the best American sports team ever. They know of the New York Yankees because Jay-Z made the Yankees hat more famous than a Yankee can.
Because they're the most successful sports franchise in the history.
And they get a lot of media coverage.
That's part of it, man. It's a business, bro. That's what you don't get.
Yeah. Well, if we're going to talk about if we're going to talk about marketing and business,
but that's how America is. It's America. That's America.
The Dallas Cowboys would like to say, "Hold my beer."
Get the hell! You've said on many shows of your own that the Raiders and the Yankees sell the most gear. You can see it yourself in your own country.
But that doesn't equal success.
Yes, 27 rings does, and the fact that
27 is a smaller number than 30 and 37.
You're being hypocritical to what you've said in the past. Like, these are sports franchises in America.
I remember what I said in the past. The Yankees and the Raiders have really, really good marketing teams.
It's not only that; they're well-known sports franchises.
Exactly, but Jay-Z made the Yankees hat more famous than a Yankee can.
No, that's not true. They've been around much longer than Jay-Z. It's a business, bro. It's a business, dude. Like,
it is a business, which is why the Dallas Cowboys have not won a Super Bowl since 1995, because it's a business.
Well, they just suck.
Exactly, they suck, and they are going to win the next Super Bowl over Jerry Jones's dead body.
you know my point. You understand my point. It's like we look at sports in America differently than the world does. Trust me, because I worked in it. That's why I said it's confusing to me with all the interliga leagues that have to lead up to the World Cup. You should confuse the crap out of me. But it's different in America, and they have a strong influence, man. They're the most well-known sports team in the world. Is the Yankees?
Yes, and also a lot to do with it. You just referenced culture. The number one American export these days is not corn. It is not steel. It is not tobacco. It is not sugarcane. It is culture, and they funnel American culture through two places: Los Angeles and New York. That's why there was a season 14 episode of The Simpsons where Ned Flanders made a joke saying, "Yes, we occupy that useless mass of land between Los Angeles and New York called America." Because that's where they funnel culture out of, and America's biggest export is culture.
Dusty, 4 billion soccer fans, they they steal it from, like, they pattern everything off the Yankees. This is just facts, bro. Like,
Yes, the Yankees are a model of success in American team sports.
The world. They're whatever. I'm not going to debate this anymore.
Yeah, because
there's a reason European countries don't like America is because at any time we could just kick their ass. So that's just America. That's how we are.
Well, I will say, and even I bet you there are some American soccer association football fans who don't realize this, is that when Pele died, he obviously meant the most to Brazil, but the place he meant the second most to was the USA. Because if he never played for the New York Cosmos back in the late 70s, after he retired from international football, if he had never come to the New York Cosmos in the American Soccer League before Major League Soccer, do we really think that the USA would have made it to the round of 16? Do we think that Landon Donovan or Tim Howard or Christian Pulisic or Clint Dempsey or Gino Reyna, any of those name brand American soccer players would have pursued the game of soccer if it wasn't for the impact that Pele had? I don't think so.
Brixie, it's not about who sells the most hats. They are the most successful financial and the won the most. Like it's a business. Sports is a business. And no one has made as much money as
the Dallas Cowboys.
No, the Yankees, dude. Trust me.
No, the Dallas Cowboys. They have been, well, ever since the decline of Manchester United, when Sir Alex Ferguson retired as their manager, the Dallas Cowboys have consistently been the richest sports team in the world, and the Yankees have consistently been worth over $4.5 billion. Those are facts.
You need to get your facts straight, bro. For real. Like, look it up. This isn't rocket science. Like, it's true.
We can have this. Honestly, this is such a good conversation. We can have the debate. We can continue this debate until the cows come home.
How is it different money in sports? They've won the most championships, dude. It's not like. It's not people. Europeans and other countries just hate USA because, like I said, dude, we're a superpower. That's just it. Like, face the facts. Like, that's how the world works. The United Nations is in New York City for a reason, because we are the capital of the world. That's just it. There's no argument. If you think wrong, then go ahead. Like, I don't care. It's just the facts, dude. It's the facts.
There is no,
is in New
and
York
there
City
is-
for a reason.
there is no denying that New York is the capital of the world because that's where the United Nations are, and it's the media capital of the world. There's no denying that. There's no
That's what I
denying.
mean.
There's no denying that New York City is probably the best sporting city on the planet.
Well, the Jets and Giants suck, but well, yeah, I'll give you that.
But no other city in the world can brag that they have two teams in each of 5 professional sports leagues.
Dude, the Yankees have influenced so much pop culture, and not even out of sports, dude. They've gone out of sports and influenced hip hop, music, other countries. Like you cannot. There's no soccer team that's ever done that, dude. They can't worldwide. It's just we're having a different conversation here, people. Like I'm industry. There's no. There's no team that's ever done that. That's just facts, dude. Facts.
Hey, Brixine, if you want a piece of the action, I'm more than willing to send you an invite.
They know it's true. They know it's true, but other countries like to hate on America, which is fine. I don't hate on them
at all because because I am a sports addict, so I don't have a bias towards any country. You know what? I'd even go as far as saying that I enjoy American sports more than any other continent of sports in the world, just because of the sheer volume of sports there.
And I don't even like baseball, bro. I just grew up around watching the Yankees do their thing. No one has broken into worldwide culture as much as them in sports. No one has. It's just the facts, dude. People don't get upset about it. It's just the facts.
Yeah. I had a feeling that it'd be the case. But you know, whenever you are available, you know that you're always welcome whenever you want to come on. We can agree to disagree. Exactly. We've been so distracted over this really fun, really enjoyable.
This debate, I feel like, has gone on for the past half hour.
Well, it just baffles me because it's not a debate. Anyone and their mother in the world knows
this discussion.
I mean, everyone knows that the Yankees are the most successful sports franchise ever. Everyone knows
this series of words, one after another, has been going on for a long time.
And you know me, TJ. I usually keep sports talk out of Lego. I'm always saying that I don't want to talk about it, but it just baffles me because you can't go against the truth. That it's just obvious. But whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were talking about Ninjago. This is.
Wait, put it this way. Greg from London Bridge Bricks wears a Yankees hat. End of conversation.
Okay, a couple of brick heads is weighing in.
Yeah, beats me, Richie. I have no idea.
Joe knows I'm not an idiot. It's just you can. There's a difference. You can be a sports fan, have an emotional, love your team. I love the Raiders. They've sucked for 30 years. I admit it. But when you talk about sports and then the franchise and the actual meaning behind it and winning championships, it's different than having you like a team. It's not about liking a team. It's just facts. The Yankees are they've done the most for pop culture worldwide in the sports hemisphere. It's just facts. And people get their own personal opinions caught in the way, but I'm sorry, it's not true. The facts are facts. Let's talk about Ninjago.
I think someone needs to get some fact checkers up in here. Anyway, I don't know what to think about this Ninjago set.
Yeah,
I
that
don't.
was kind of a weird one. When
I do
looked
like
at-
that we get the 1x2x2 slopes in the sand green. I do like that.
Anything sand green is good in my book.
Yeah.
That old Statue of Liberty architecture set was rad. It had so much sand green in it. I'm actually using some of it for the mock I'm working on.
How does this go in? I don't know what they're doing here. This is a
Okay,
weird.
so what do people want to know about Ninjago?
Yeah, we're talking about Ninjago. Hey, Larry. I guess Friday Night Bricks is going to be ending soon.
Yeah. What
What's up
sort
with
of facts do you want me to spew about Ninjago?
Maybe about why Ninjago mechs are some of the most overrated, monotonous, tiresome builds I've ever seen.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, Ninjago fans, but much like the Mars mission sets, they're mostly
Okay.
when it comes to the mechs, they're mostly all the same.
Good night, Jude.
Good night, Jude.
Well,
Sean,
I mean, originally there weren't a lot of Ninjago mechs around, so it was a pretty fresh concept when it first started out. And, you know, like with anything, it's just gradually increased over the years. And the bigger mechs, I think, are cooler just because lately they've been putting in knees into them and they have a lot of interesting techniques. And then the smaller scale mechs serve the purpose of being for younger kids. Dusty Bricks, you probably can part together a Ninjago modular, but if you care about the figs, some of those are going to be expensive, and the stickers will be expensive. I was looking the other day, and I think it'd be around $100 to get all the sticker sheets from the city and the docks.
Yeah, I remember when Brigzar was trying to piece together the Ninjago City.
I remember.
I believe he ended up spending like $80 on the sticker sheet.
Yeah. I remember the sticker sheets were relatively cheap right before the Gardens was revealed, and I really regret not buying them because I saw them when they were much cheaper than they are now. But the stickers are going to be where it hits you, but I think other than that, you can part together all the sets. I honestly don't. There's so many parts in those sets. That's the problem. I don't know if there are any exclusive pieces, but I think it's possible.
The last hour was really fun.
Yeah,
we can't talk about Ninjago without thanking Kevin Hinkle for keeping the theme alive.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin.
And as to Richie's when will Ninjago end? I have no idea. They're just gonna keep going with it because it's an evergreen theme now. So they're gonna go with it until it's no longer profitable.
That's such an interesting story about Kevin and the evergreen of Ninjago.
Yeah.
It's a very cool like history or background and like
Yeah. I don't know if Kevin got it to evergreen stage, but I know he got it extended and it wouldn't.
Yeah,
become
he was
evergreen.
part, you know what I mean. He was part of it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure some people have already heard this story before. But when they came out with the Chima theme, Chima was an attempt to get rid of Ninjago, but the Ninjago fans spoke so highly of Ninjago that they reversed their decision and they discontinued Chima after 3 years, and they kept Ninjago going.
Yeah,
because I believe Ninjago was just supposed to be a 3-year and out type action thing.
Yeah, it was. And to be honest, the third year of sets where they only had 6 sets that weren't all that great, that would have been a pretty depressing end to Ninjago, to be honest. Like, they were cool. It just wasn't a lot compared to the first 2 years.
It's almost like you could say that the Ninjago are the Yankees of Lego themes.
Oh my god!
Let's not.
Okay,
Yeah.
that deserves
It's true.
that deserves one of these.
Yeah,
It
and
is
YOLO, I do remember the board game. Yeah, I think I showed that a few weeks ago on Good Morning Brick World when we had the Lego game theme. Yeah, because I got that at the last Brick World Chicago. I saw it for like I think around like $15. It was used, but everything was there. So all the figs were there. That's what's important.
The old podcast that Kevin did with Julian. The stories.
Yeah.
When he talked about
Forever
Ninjago.
Forever sorting.
Forever sorting.
Yeah, forever sorting. It was always interesting when they talked about the Ninjago stuff because it was like Kevin's inside scoop on what was happening at the time. Because there is no community manager anymore. Like with Lego, they got rid of the position, so you don't see that anymore. But
Yeah, Richie, I might be interested in some of those Ninjago figs. Depends on what it is. Because there's some figs, army building, and then some minifig variants that I want duplicates of. But yeah, I'd be interested.
I think Lego should have a community manager again. They don't. They got rid of it, and that's part of the reason why LAN has gone downhill, in my opinion. But
yeah,
that's the reason I think LAN has gotten so popular.
Well, yeah,
as in more of a priority with the Lego group is because there are no community managers anymore.
They replaced them with that. So,
and for those who don't remember the start of my live stream, please, for the sake of misspellings and grammar, either capitalize the L in LAN, either capitalize LAN in LAN, or deliberately spell it as Ian, not LAN, so that we can create a meme out of it. Because when I didn't know what LAN was, and I always saw people talking about LAN in the comments, I was like, who was this Ian they're talking about? Because an uppercase I looks really similar to a lowercase L. I was like, who is this Ian? Who is this Ian they're talking about? Definitely noticing that in this Hydro mech, they have a lot of elements from they have a whole bunch of ball joint elements from the creature character building system.
Yeah. Yeah, they use a lot of those in the mechs, especially kind of the middle-sized mechs, I suppose. And then in the bigger mechs, it's a lot of ratcheted joints, and then if they do have ball joints, there's multiple ball joints.
The bigger Ninjago mechs are always dope. They're like the Monkey Kid mechs are the same way, like the big ones. They're really cool.
Yeah.
That's why I just really hope that Monkey Kid doesn't go away.
Yeah. I did make a Ninjago related order from Lego.com today. I bought the Garmadon comic book, which is volume 1. It's all 5 issues, I believe. And then I ordered 400 Translite Blue 1x2 tiles for my Ninjago mock.
Actually, I think I saw a Tasman Bricks up in here. Let me go
Yeah,
back.
Taz was in here earlier.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
I got distracted. Yeah, there's a Taz. I should have acknowledged him earlier.
It was during our heated sports combo.
Yeah.
I usually when people bring up sports in the Lego community, I usually say no because people don't want to hear about it.
Yeah, but I'm all for it.
Oh, I know you are.
And 3 hours has just gone by. Yeah, because I should have done this. I should have done this when Taz. I saw when Tez entered the chat.
I did, however, I did fill the swear jar quicker than what Mrs. Taz did last night when I dropped a fart and woke her up. I filled that swear jar in seconds. It was full, overflowing full. I was not a happy Tassie.
So how is this put together? Struggling to read these instructions. How do they orient this?
It is amazing though how long Ninjago has lasted as a theme for Lego. Like it's impressive because usually they market and design the themes like that to go 3 years at the most and then out. And it survived for a long time because it has a passionate fan base.
It's even more amazing when you think about how poorly the show has been treated, because the show is a big part about getting fans into it, and on Cartoon Network it just Richie will know. Richie will remember the Cartoon Network days when it'd take forever to come out, and then everyone would just have watched it on YouTube by then because it'll have aired in other countries.
But most of the themes now that they put out, like they try to do it like either at least a TV show or a web series. Like I think Hidden Side it was only web series. I think I'm not entirely sure, but most of them they try to support it with a show.
Yeah, they seem to be with Ninjago. They seem to be posting the recent seasons on YouTube. So Richie's pretty correct in that regard. It's more of an advertisement than
That's why I'm curious about this Dreams theme because I don't know anything about it at all. Period. Just never heard the name, but it seems like that. I'm sure they're gonna have some kind of series to fulfill that as well.
Now, I'm not sure if people realize it, but when Taz entered the chat a little while ago, I'm pretty sure he had just finished going live on Twitch. And I am also a Twitch streamer because every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the US, I go live for an hour playing Minecraft because I pay for a Minecraft server. Well, technically, my Patreon pledges pay for a Minecraft server, and so all of my patrons have free access to my Minecraft server, and they can come on whenever they want to. And I have people who sometimes game with me and appear on my Twitch streams when I'm doing that. And in Australia, that's on a Saturday night at midnight, Australian Eastern Daylight Time, and I go live for 1 hour before Bricks. So if you are interested in Minecraft gameplay, consider following me on Twitch. There should be a link in the About page. And also, if you want to see more of Taz building Lego, he does a lot of his streaming content on Twitch, so definitely go and follow him on Twitch. Not sure how many other people out there are on Twitch or not.
Yeah, Richie, I don't know if you heard, but they're going back to the 22-minute episode format for Ninjago. For those who don't know, it originally was a 22 minute episode format, but then when they did their first soft reboot, they switched it to 11 minutes, and now that they're doing another soft reboot, it's going to back to 22 minutes. At least that's what's been claimed by Lloyd's Chinese voice actor. So we shall see.
I like that they used an aeroplane fuselage piece in here. That's a nice reuse of a awkward to use piece.
Yeah, Richie, I agree. They need to bring Legacy back. They need to redo more sets from old seasons, and they need to do more villain stuff.
And I want the two things I want them to do in the Sorry, the three things I want them to do in the Ninjago Legacy is to make more stuff about the I want them to re-release sets based that have the Vermilion attack. Want them to re-release the City of Styx, and I want them to re-release Skeleton Bowling.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish they just need to do more legacy sets, and I don't think they will. I think they prefer core, because that means they can just produce whatever they want. But core is very much inferior to legacy.
Because I don't know when each new season of the TV series comes out, but I don't know why they can't do the core stuff then, and then at the end of the season come out with new.
Well, that's kind of what they did for Crystallized. They put out the core stuff at the beginning of the year, and then I think the first part of the season released before any of the sets came out. First 12 episodes, and then the remaining episodes released after all the sets came out. After all the sets were out everywhere, the remaining episodes came out. Actually, the first part of Crystallized might have been in July. I don't remember. It's been so long. But it was earlier on.
Yeah, I've never watched the TV series, but I know I know that my friend Captain Matt is a massive nerd about the TV series.
Yeah, and
he's went back and watched old seasons multiple times.
Yeah, I'm gonna try with this next season to watch the show before the sets actually come out, and then decide what vehicles I do and don't want after that. I do kind of want to take a slight step back from Ninjago, at least in terms of like buying official sets, because I'd rather make my own stuff / dabble in the earlier stuff. But who knows? I usually end up buying all of the stuff anyways, but I might step back from that just because I've been dabbling in so much Star Wars lately. All the clones.
Star Wars, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's because it's a generational thing, but people my age, people of my generation are having nostalgia for the Clone Wars, and it just seems so strange to me.
Well, it's not strange to me. I too have nostalgia for the Clone Wars.
Because I just hear a bunch of AFOLs who are way older than me, like twice my age, complaining about people my age who are obsessed with the clones right now. It's kind of crazy. Because all I hear is just Clone Wars this and Clone Wars that, and it's so funny how trends work out sometimes.
Yeah.
I think I heard someone just send a text message. Oh, I like these the double cheese slopes in sand green. That's a cool piece. I wish I had more of those. I hope they'll be on the brick wall one day. Those would be nice to get a whole cup of those. I'd like to get a whole cup of those one day. Yeah, I really don't like how heavy this build is on the right-hand side of the mech. It's a little bit awkward.
Yeah. That mech in general is a bit awkward. I mean, they were trying to go for something different, and it kind of worked, but it's definitely not my favorite mech.
Yeah, I think it's a cool way to integrate the airplane, one of the airplane fuselage pieces, and I love all the sand green in it, but the rest of the build is just a little bit clunky.
Yeah.
And I think that's a problem with Ninjago mechs in general, is that a lot of them are just a little bit clunky. Particularly when they're aimed at a younger audience. They're just a little bit clunky.
Yeah, that's fair. Ultimately, Ninjago's a kid's theme, targeted for a kid's audience, and the builds aren't going to be... You aren't going to get your big, detailed builds like you do in some of the Icon sets or the Star Wars sets or some of the bigger Marvel sets.
And ultimately, the Temple of the Ultimate Weapon.
Ultimately, yes.
Epic Lego Haul, episode 126, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. No, I do want to get into more of the Ninjago modulars and building my own custom versions of those, because that's a lot more detail oriented, and I enjoy that.
And I know there are lots of people in this chat who know all too well about going on to Bricks and Pieces online and ordering nothing but 1x2 trans light blue tiles.
Yep, I just did that today. I ordered 400.
I think Taz did a Aurora Point update a while within the last month where he got another shipment.
Yeah, actually, they're actually around the same price now on Bricklink. There's some Lego.com has them for 7 cents, and there's a few sellers on Bricklink that have them for 6 cents, and more that have them for 7 cents.
I also remember when Mark has done hauls in the past, where he's added hauls within his city updates, where he's acquired more of those pieces. You can never have. It seems like nowadays you can never have too many trans blue tiles in general.
No, you can never have enough.
Too many. And it all started because of the Ninjago modulars. I never heard people tiling their water before the Ninjago City came out.
Yeah. No, I have a long-term plan in my mind for what I want to do with the Ninjago modulars. And I don't want to give anything away because I don't want anyone to steal the idea, but eventually there will be some form of movement. That's all I'm going to say.
You shouldn't care about that. Just do it your own style, TJ. Make your idea play.
No, there will be some form of movement. That's all I want to say. But yeah, I'm doing my own style stuff.
I'm bummed that I missed out on the I forget, it was a couple of years ago, maybe a few years ago now. That skeleton, it was the Skull Sorcerer wave. Where they had,
Skull Sorcerer's Dungeon, Skull Sorcerer's Dragon.
Yeah, and the dragon mech that was all skeletal, that was really sick.
Yeah. Yeah, those are pretty good. I did find I did find that the Skull Sorcerer's Dragon was a bit front heavy, and there was a lot of strain put in that area, which I think could be modified. I just never got the chance to modify it. So it's been dismantled and it's in a bag, within several bags, so that I can put it together again eventually.
It seems that wave just went away so quickly. Maybe I just didn't buy it fast enough, but if for normal Lego waves, I assume it's gonna be 3 years. And that one just seemed to go away.
Well, right after that was the whole 10th anniversary of Ninjago, and we had stuff for the island and for Seabound, and the new Ninjago modular. So I think it kind of got overshadowed once that stuff all came out.
Hello, Bricktastic Lego Idea. Nice to see you here. Haven't seen you around in a little while, so hello. For everyone that is still watching but hasn't been here for the full duration, we've definitely had a whole bunch of funny, engaging conversations, both Ninjago and sports related. Because when you put mayohosko plus Stud Sidious equals sports talk.
I try to avoid it, bro. I told I do, but
no, I actually enjoy talking about sports.
Usually, I'm the one telling you that I don't want to talk about sports, but hey, you're taking the Super Bowl, bro.
Yeah, so if anyone has missed out on all those conversations, if they haven't been watching the whole time, definitely go back and a comment replay gang in the comments, and go back and listen to all the good conversations we've had, because whenever you watch a mayohosko live stream, you're always going to get a lot of interesting one-liners, all sorts of random pop culture references, and learn a thing or two in the process. The more you know, and knowing is half the battle, G.I. Joe.
For the next Ninjago modular, I'm wondering what ninja suits they'll put in the sets. Because for the first two, it was Ninjago movie suits for the few ninja that were in there. And then the third one was under Legacy. So it had Legacy suits for several ninja. And I just wonder what they're going to do now. It's probably going to be core suits, most likely. Or it could be suits pertaining to the new season. But I feel like core is just going to be easier. But no way they market that under core.
So have they not revealed like the new wave at all, other than the rumors of this big?
Well, there's been like text leaks about the summer wave, and then today actually there was an image dropped somewhere of one of the sets in the summer, and it's a mech set, and there's actually two mechs in the set, a smaller one and a bigger one, and it kind of looks to me like the smaller one can attach to the bigger one, like it can attach to the front, because there's kind of like certain areas where it looks like it could sit, and there's this blue Technic pin that sticks out of the front, and it's really ugly.
Hey, Will.
What's up, Will?
But
they have some cool new sword elements. They look more futuristic this time around. So I'm interested to see what all this stuff will be about.
Their sword elements always look futuristic, dude. They always have cool double molded.
Well, sometimes it's more of like a futuristic vibe to the season. Other times it's more like school, like more of a castle thing. This feels more futuristic.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
I'm just
and
saying
it's got, and there's this really long blade, like a really long, like it's a blade on the end, but it's a really long stick to be wielding the blade with. And I don't know why that's necessary, but I guess they're doing it anyway.
From a parts point of view, they always have the cool, like the weapons are always cool. Like they're dual molded, like the ones in your bin, Jay. Like they have like spikes, and then the center of gold.
The minifig scale weapons are always really good. But yeah, I'm excited. From the description of the season, it sounds like the villains are coming from the future. So that could be interesting. It also sounds like we're going to be getting a future ninja team. So not like just different characters from the future sometime.
I'm pretty sure there were some pieces I've forgotten to put on the build. So let me backtrack and see if I've made any mistakes.
Yeah.
Because I have a bunch of extra pieces here that I don't think should be extras.
But I'm interested to see what they'll do with this next season. I do hope the Time Twins come back if time travel is involved. I don't want them to be the main villains, and I don't think they will be, but I want them to be involved in some way, whether they're allies of the new villain or prisoners of the new villain. I'd be down for anything.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see those characters again.
You know what? I don't think I need these.
I think those are about the only Ninjago villains that we still don't know what's happened to them. The Time Twins. I think pretty much all the others have been accounted for. I think Klaus is the only other one they haven't accounted for. Well, he was last seen in the underworld. He got trapped there, but he could come back. Who knows?
How long ago was the underwater stuff with that? When I was telling you that you showed me.
That was 2021, summer 2021.
That was recent.
Yeah, and the Hydro Bounty was the biggest of those sets.
So Crystallized was the most recent season. The underwater stuff was Seabound, which was the season before that. So it was pretty recent. And there's a...
Actually, let me...
Marae Guard, I think they call them in the sets. Basically an underwater serpentine.
I knew the crystal was the recent. I just didn't know.
Yeah, the underwater was before that.
That's a cool mold. Whatever that ring is in his hand, that's very cool.
Yeah, that's the wave amulet. There's storm amulet and wave amulet, and though combining both of those allows a person to awaken Wojira, the ancient sea serpent that ruled Ninjago before the first Ninjutsu Master.
The weapons are always so cool, dude. That's what I mean. Like the weapons.
Whoa! See, this thing falls over so easily if you don't have the legs positioned properly.
Yeah.
Try to get this into a walking pose so that it doesn't fall over.
Yeah. So before. So in the beginning, there was the first realm, the realm of Oni and dragons, and that's where the first Ninjutsu Master came from. But eventually he left that world behind to go create his own, Ninjago, and we always assumed he kind of created everything. But what we learned in Seabound is that before the first Ninjutsu Master arrived, there was Wojira, who was an ancient serpent that could control wave and storm and ruled Ninjago, and the first Ninjutsu Master showed up and with the help of some other people defeated her. So I think he didn't necessarily create the entire realm, but he created the land. So he brought land out from the sea, the endless sea, and created Ninjago.
I've already read these comments. Okay, we're caught up.
That's a mix of official Ninjago lore and my personal theory.
This thing is so difficult to pose. Come on. Let's get these in the correct place. And these toes at the end of the feet kind of fall off easily. I like that they're represented with the 1x1 vertical, Z-axis clips in sand green.
What mech is that, man?
This is a. Let me get the box. It's the set 71750, the Lloyd's Hydromech.
Yeah. Yeah, they used those in the show. There were actually 2 in the show.
Those
At least for
shoulder
a
pads,
little while.
the shoulder pads give me Boba Fett vibes. Just huge.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to get these to be. I'm just trying to get this posed up, and we are going to put the. We are going to put the minifigure in the mech.
Oh wow, Dusty, they were 11 cents. Was that on Bricklink or on Lego.com? Yeah, but Gojira was an interesting concept, kind of Ninjago before the first Ninjutsu Master showed up.
Let's see if we
It
can
was an
rotate.
interesting concept.
Let's see if we can rotate this. Get this to be steady, because it's difficult to do given the amount of ball joints. If these were ratcheted joints, it'd probably have an easier time standing up, but if it were ratcheted joints, there would be less articulation. Those are the compromises the Lego designers have to work with.
Well, not necessarily, not anymore, because they kind of introduced this this new ratcheted joint hybrid piece that gives you a bit more bit more range.
I'll also be selling a lot of my Ninjago figures. You and me both.
So, Dusty, are they 7 cents Australian? Because they're 7 cents US. I don't know if that's. I don't know how much they are.
I prefer Meat Lovers Pizza.
Yeah.
Just over half an hour until the end of the stream. I'm getting hungry. So let's not talk about pizza anymore. Otherwise, I'm going to get even more hungry. I had Domino's pizza last night.
Now, Dusty's trying to bait me into the pineapple pizza thing, which I've said many times. I've said many times, if you come to New York City and you ask an Italian to make you pineapple pizza, they will kick you out of the restaurant. And I'm not kidding. Try it. If you don't believe me, try it.
Will they throw anything at you before they kick you out?
If you piss them off enough, yeah.
Pineapple doesn't belong on pizza.
Oh.
I get the sweet and salty. I totally get it, dude, but that's for Domino's, Pizza Hut, the big chains. Like, you go to a real deal Italian pizza place in New York, they're gonna get mad. They're gonna get really mad.
I think cheese and pepperoni pizzas are always a safe call.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Start at going beyond that.
I get why people like it, the sweet and salty. I totally get why people like it. I'm just saying, in the pizza capital of the world, you will not find it. Like, it's hard to find.
Yeah.
Unless you go to Domino's or Pizza Hut, which is even harder to find around here. But
Yeah, unfortunately, my local Pizza Hut closed down, and the next closest Pizza Hut is not all that good. And Domino's have increased their quality in this country.
we have Pizza Hut at Target, but it's like a little express
Oh yeah,
version.
I've seen that in places. Yeah.
I've got to straighten myself out just a little bit.
I'm starting to get sick of all like the Pizza Hut food chains. It's just too greasy for me.
The one in Target just isn't. It's like, it's a stand compared to a restaurant, so it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not as.
No,
good.
there's a standalone Pizza Hut that's the closest Pizza Hut to where I'm at, and it's mostly just takeout. I think they've got a couple tables in there, but it's the same when I was at university. It was just like 2 tables, couple of chairs to sit and wait, and The rest of it was takeout.
I wish because sometimes I actually do want real deal Pizza Hut. I can't. There's just not anywhere around me that you can get it. Like I have to drive like an hour to get it. Unless I want to go to Target, but I'm not going to eat Pizza Hut from Target. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Just scrolling through some of these chats that I haven't read because I was distracted with getting these sets complete. My stomach is starting to grumble.
Yeah, for dinner today, I had this, my sister bought like a few days back these microwavable cheeseburgers, and she tried one and didn't like it. So then my dad and I each had one today, and it was awful.
The microwavable little White Castle burgers are actually pretty good. There's barely any meat in the things, but they're actually pretty compared to like most microwavable burgers, which I can't stand. Those little White Castle ones are decent.
Yeah,
but
these
like no meat.
These were not White Castle. These were just terrible. And then I had some pasta after.
That's like the gas station burgers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was the cheese that made it really bad. I could have tolerated the burger if it didn't have that cheese on it. Or if I had put my own cheese on it. But
yeah, I don't like orange American cheese. Even McDonald's uses that. I want white American.
I don't like McDonald's in general, except for the fries.
Oh yeah, the fries are. If you get
fries are good. I can't really eat anything else from McDonald's. It just
I boycott most of their menu due to philosophical reasons. That has nothing to do with the quality of their food at all, which is so it's a rather weird boycott. I'll admit.
I never go to McDonald's anymore, so
the fries are insanely good.
Fries
get them nice and hot.
The fries are good, and then occasionally I'll get like a drink there or something. But
yeah, a milkshake and fries is usually what I want from there. That's about it. I'm with you, TJ. Like, and the fries can't be sitting around. They got to be actually like made hot. Like they sit around forever. They're kind of disgusting. But
gosh, now I'm getting a taste for those.
They're very addictive, man. McDonald's, I don't know what oil they fry the fries in, but they're damn good.
It seems like every month it seems like every month in the mail we get coupons for a Burger King Hungry Jacks.
Oh, they don't call it Burger King where you are, right? They have a different name.
Yeah, we've talked about this before because someone else has the copyright in this country.
Yeah, I remember.
Burger King did a whole court case back in 2003 to legally acquire the name, and the Australian High Court still didn't let them even though that old Burger King, which is not the Burger King, went out of business years ago.
That's strange because usually they let them just take the IP rights. And they want to go worldwide usually as a corporation, but
no, it wasn't Burger King International's decision. It was the decision of the Australian High Court.
Oh, so they kind of like banished the franchise basically.
It was due to combination of copyright and naming rights and all of those other laws, and somehow it tied to market competitiveness. I don't know the full story, but there's a legal reason why they're not allowed to call themselves Burger King in this country, and I think that law is kind of stupid.
But is it the same? It's got to be the same franchise, though. No, it's
changed. It is the same franchise, and you know what? It's better because they make decisions that Burger King International don't, and they make decisions in the best interest of the quality of the food.
The one thing that Burger King sucks at is onion rings. They're horrible. You can't usually get them at fast food places, and theirs are just god awful. They're so bad. But at least
I've never tried Hungry Jack's Burger King onion rings, but a lot of times they're on the coupons that we get from them.
Oh, they're always cold and just nasty. Hopefully they're better where you are, because here they're disgusting.
Yeah, I've never tried them, but years ago, Hungry Jack's Burger King made the change in their French fries, where they used to be slightly thinner cut than McDonald's, and normally they were more soggier.
Yeah,
And
they used to be shoestring
So what they did is they changed the thickness to be about twice as thick as McDonald's French fries, and they had a better. They changed their consistency of how they shake salt over their fries, and now they taste way better.
Yeah, they did that here. They made them thicker at Burger King. They used to be the shoestring.
So I'm guessing Burger King International realized how well Hungry Jack's French fries were and said, you know what, we're going to use the idea. We're going to use this idea of one of our master franchises, and boom, increase in quality.
The Burger King burgers here, though, the frame broiled actual patty itself is usually better than McDonald's. I give them that, but it's like what you like. It's subjective. Say like Pepsi versus Coca-Cola. If you like one, you like one, but
because Coca-Cola tastes better out in the open, while Pepsi tastes better chilled.
It's just sweeter. Pepsi's a sweeter kind of recipe.
Oh, actually, I looked at the recipes years ago when my sister had a party and they served both Coca-Cola and Pepsi. So I looked at the ingredients and I noticed that Coca-Cola has caramel coloring in it. And
they've done that for a while.
So that's the biggest difference I can see in the formula.
Coca-Cola is a little more acidic than Pepsi's a little sweeter.
And the reason why Coca-Cola tastes better out in the open while PepsiCo tastes better chilled is because Coca-Cola was invented before refrigeration and Pepsi-Cola was invented after refrigeration.
Yeah, they used to actually put cocaine in actual Coca-Cola.
That's where the Coca comes from.
Yeah. So
because I think that pharmacists in Georgia use like half a milligram of cocaine or something.
My parents always tell me about that, how there used to be like pharmacies that had soda fountains. I forget the name, what they called them, but there used to be in every neighborhood here. There used to be a pharmacy on the corner that had soda fountains, and you would go, like, teenagers would hang out there. Yeah,
that was back in the days when news agencies, general stores, and pharmacies were a more integral part of a neighborhood, community, or small town than what they are now.
All right, I'm gonna call it a night because I'm exhausted.
I could only imagine.
Yeah, but I'll be back next week. What are we building next week?
So next week I'll be building the Overlord, a dragon, and let's get this out of the way. Yeah, I'll be building the Overlord dragon and the Ebola blaster. So I crapped on mechs and how I think they're overdone. Next week I'm gonna talk about the Ninjago dragons, and how I think they're overdone, but better quality than the
Yeah.
mechs.
We can talk about jets as well.
Yeah, because
Now certain
Jay
characters get jets,
it's
and
like a Jay's lightning jet and all those other vehicles.
yeah.
So, do you have any plugs before you go to bed?
Well, it's Sunday morning. Good morning, Brick World. I think most people around here already know about that. Also, Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern over on Bricksmith's channel, we've been doing Lego's Ultimate Builds. We've been working on Ninjago City Gardens lately. And if you guys want to join us for that, that'd be great, because it's always a fun time. And yeah, that's pretty much it for plugs for me. I don't really have anything else to plug. As always, I'm trying to work on getting some content out there, but
what happened to Bricksman's channel? Because he used to, back in the day, he used to be like,
well, he's just not as active on it, I suppose.
Yeah, it went
still
away.
Does the Wednesday night streams and still uploads occasionally, but he doesn't really do the Sunday night PBN anymore.
Like,
It pops up occasionally, but
it went away for a long time. And I was like, what
yeah,
happened?
he does it occasionally, but not often.
I know he's been trying to campaign to get Lego Masters. I know that.
Yeah, I don't know if that's still going on. I don't think it is, but I don't know.
Well, in my opinion, it was a lost cause. But hey, he was going for it. He was gunning for it. He was saying that in every stream he came on. He was like, "I want to be a Lego Master." So,
Yeah, but that's pretty much it. People can subscribe to my channel as well. I can't promise that there will be consistent content on there, but hopefully there will be something.
Well, you know, it's always fun, and we'll see you throughout the weekend, and we'll see you next week on part 3.
All
Take
right.
care, Jay.
All right, see you guys.
Later, TJ.
Jay. Yeah, so 20 minutes to go, and I've completed everything I set out to build, which is nice.
It was just a one set you were building? Or
I built all of the mechs that I had to build. So first up, we built the Polybag. Then we built the Zane's Evo mech. No, sorry, yeah. Then we built a Jay's Evo mech, and then we built Lloyd's Hydro mech, because I wanted to do all of the mechs today, and now we've done all of the mechs.
that gray part on the side of the mech you're holding right there, right where your hand is. It looks like down on the side. It looks like vented down a little bit. That one. It looks like the part that's on the Miles Morales Morbius set.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is the same. It's a 4x6. It's a 4x6. I'd say a 4x. No, sorry, no, not 4x6. A 3x4 by 1 1/3 textured curved slope.
It's a cool part. I love that part. It's very cool.
I think I've seen it on one of the Shang-Chi sets as well.
Yeah, it's a cool part, especially for mechs. It's really cool. But in cars, it looked great in the car they built for Morbius and Miles Morales.
I think they used similar pieces that were a little bit smaller in the Disney Pixar Cars 3 sets. I'm just going to get a really stretched out walking pose. How low can you go? How low can you go?
Did Ruth start streaming again? I haven't seen Ruth stream.
Yes, she was dealing with a lot of injuries back in December, and I think I kind of brought her out of a shell when I did the Girls' Night In live stream back in January, because I wanted to do an appreciation live stream for the female builders out there, because female builders have always had a big impact on the mayohosko channel, and I respect a lot of the female builders out there, and I needed an excuse to build my extra friends main street, and so we talked about the new friend sets that came out over the last three months, and Ruth made my wallet cry, and then we had a good time. And the reason why Ruth made my wallet cry is because, as she pointed out, there was some vibrant coral-colored trash cans in some of the new friend sets, and I was like, God, I've got to buy these because I collect sets that have those people. And also the cat hotel, because it's become a meme, because people call it the cat house, and so with a name like that, there's a whole bunch of innuendo wrapped up in there. Am I right?
Yeah, with a name like that, I would expect like an old lady minifigure stuck in there somewhere. A crazy old lady with a million cats.
Because some people might remember the Crazy Cat Lady collectible minifigure from the Lego movie CMFs.
Yeah, the Crazy Cat Lady, it's a universal joke, so.
Yeah. And I believe they also made the Crazy Cat Lady from The Simpsons, in The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah, they've done it a lot of places have done it. It's a universal joke. I mean, cats are so popular on social media, it's insane.
Grumpy cat.
Yeah, so many cats that people like. It's just a demographic that it's a niche that is just very popular.
Oh, there's new comments. Yeah. You know what? I've got to go to the Thunderbox, in all honesty, so I think we might cut this live stream a little bit short.
That's fine. I need to do the same, bro.
Yeah. Let me position these in place.
There was someone on Greg's stream earlier today that was like, what is a Thunderbox? And I was like, oh man, here it goes. And people explained it in the chat, but someone didn't know what a Thunderbox was.
Because I want to get all of these in place for a final shot before we say goodbye. I think I gotta angle this back just to get the balance. It can be a little bit tricky to get the balance, but once you get the balance, it looks pretty cool. Put the small stuff in front of the big stuff. No. I'm really impressed with these system style competition cannons. Long live the Technic style. Long live the Technic competition cannons. They paved the way for these ones, in my opinion. Really, really good stuff. It's the terrain build.
Later, Contra.
See you, Contra. Yep. So, okay, let's go back to the top of the chat, and let's list out the names of people who said hello today. Push back just a little bit more. Okay, so of course we had StreamYard. We also had Johnny G, Richard Cranium, Eggplant Head, Makro Bricks, Dusty Week.
Eggplant Head, I like that.
Yep, at Beetle Jace, because the eggplant is...
No, I get it.
I'm not just explaining for those who don't know, the eggplant is the emoji for dick. At Beetle Jace, Jacob Nealing, Cheap Ass Bricks, go subscribe to Hauling and Bowling. I believe there should be a link in the description. Life Bricks, Red Coat Kyle,
He's a Massachusetts boy.
Regular Harpy, Regular Brick Studios, Country Bricks Build Craze, Dude Jude 20, Big Nate Bricks. Who else? Mikey J Productions, Joseph Nayless. There's a lot of people, a lot of chats today, or a lot of comments. Sorry, Brick Hive, Gladiator Bricks Creations, Miss Ingrid Bricks.
I didn't know Brixine's house flooded again, man. I feel bad.
Yeah, he's been dealing with a couple floods in the last 12 months, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, I know, like 6 months ago or whatever, he had a flood, but he said it wasn't that bad. It was just his garage. But I guess now his house got messed up.
YOLO X. I think because of La Nina.
Yeah, well, he lives in a rainforest type of climate, so
yeah, exactly, because there are a lot of rainforests in New Zealand, and also it doesn't help that they're on the edge of the Ring of Fire, where you get both earthquakes and severe wet weather. Hobby Hooligan.
He changed his name. He used to have a different name.
He used to be Kevin Creamer. Now he's Hobby Hooligan. Who else? Wow, so many comments.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I'm really happy with that. Clicking Cliff. Go Eagles!
Yeah, he got mad at me because the whole Raiders talk, but F the Chiefs.
But one of us will have bragging rights on Monday.
I love you, Cliff, but F the Chiefs.
Love the guy, hate the team.
Yeah,
Blitzing, Tasman Bricks. Go follow both of us, Tasman Bricks and mayohosko, on Twitch. Owl Toy World. A couple of brickheads, Sean. Lowy Legend.
Yeah, he wanted to join. I love Larry.
Yeah. I think when I said we're talking about Ninjago, then he might have changed his mind. Epic-tastic Lego Ideas. Hoarder 66.
Always good to see Will.
And that was everybody. So yeah, before we go, is there any Lego projects you got coming up and social media you'd like to plug, Sidious?
Yeah, I'm working on that. That's what I showed earlier, kind of the Kid Icarus Nintendo mock. But other than that, no, I haven't posted on Instagram in a long time. I've been so busy. During football season, I just get busy because that's like my busiest season to sell Raider gear. So, but I'm slowly getting back into my Lego Instagram. So, just building, same old stuff, you know.
Yeah. Well, now I don't have to go on a spiel with my tired out, parched throat voice anymore, because I can just have someone else do it for me.
Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. It is very important that you subscribe to the mayohosko channel, because you can help mayohosko on the journey to interact with as many different people from the LEGO Online YouTube community as possible. I love this community and I love everyone watching this video. I go live every Friday night in North America at 9 PM Eastern, and I will always go that time because that's where I know the eyeballs are. So I thank you for watching. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, my Facebook fan club, Discord, and Pinterest using links in the description, or go to my website, mayohosko.weebly.com, for all of my links and other external information. You can also choose to invest in the mayohosko channel using the Patreon and Rakuten links in the description. I'm glad that you have chosen to watch the mayohosko channel. You have made a wise choice. I hope that you will come back again, and I hope to see your name in the comments in the future. Thank you for watching.
And now I'm going to have to update that to include my Twitch.
I like the torso, the old school torso you have. That minifig.
Yeah, because that's my sig fig, and all credit goes to Bricks for giving me the idea to use that torso.
I like the T-shirt too, dude. Where'd you get the shirt? What is that T-shirt?
I think my mother got me this across state lines in a department store. It's the Jolly Rogers skull and crossbones, but shaped like the Lego pieces.
Yeah, so that's an official shirt.
I think it's licensed, not official.
Well, yeah, it's same. In my opinion, it's the same thing.
Yeah, because my mother also got me an actual Lego T-shirt from the Lego store, or from one of the Lego stores in Sydney, that actually has the tag with the Lego logo on it.
Yeah.
So I've got a couple, either official or licensed. Plus, I've got a fan merchandise.
I've seen Butt Chop wear it. That's why I asked. I think usually he wears like the official licensed stuff. So
yeah. So if a Butt Chop also has the same T-shirt, then it's probably available in select American and Australian department stores. Anyway, I'm all out of breath and I've got nothing else to say. So before we get on out of here, let's roll the credits. Thanks for hanging out today, Stud Sidious. If you want to come back for part 3 and talk about more Ninjago stuff, you're always welcome to.
yeah, thank you for having me, dude. No problem, anytime.
Always
I won't bring up sports next time because
yeah, always
you and I like that conversation.
Yeah, so. always a good conversation. Anyway, bye guys, end live stream.